Yeah, only for now.
Ari probably wouldn't sell it, to be fair, so...
Would she?
It's kind of a drawback issue if she sells it.
Only a mile.
I mean, depending on
If
the
she
value,
sells
it
it, she
might be
gets
worth
doubt
it.
instead. I don't want doubt.
Oh fuck. Yeah, don't sell that.
It's one of those traits of if you somehow are unable to have this trait anymore, so replace it with the worst trait in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone also facing that risk, I feel you desperately.
I mean, it would still be worth it depending on the value.
No, it really wouldn't be.
I think it could be. You just pay
Now,
for a
fuck you.
massive transmutation spell to be cast on you and remove it. Or enchantment, one of those two. I mean, at some point you can put a wish spell.
I mean,
I do get Miracle at some point.
Mm-hmm.
At some point.
I'm just saying, so like, it's not that easy to get rid of your sword problem.
That's true.
It's a pity there's no such thing as limited Miracle.
Only half a miracle.
I mean, there is. It's called doing miracle without paying for it. You only paid 25,000 gold pieces for a major miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suddenly have doubts about bringing Reed along, considering, yeah, Arbok's just decided he's never allowed to leave.
Shh. Out of context.
It'll be fine.
It's a minus.
So, you know what?
It's true. It's like a -4. It's like primary skill.
And if it's just sick, it's minus 2 initiative and perception. Which I also don't like either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both of those are pretty bad.
Welcome to drawbacks.
Still better than Doubt, though. Doubt's not horrible as long as you don't have to repeatedly do a skill.
With Ari, it can be pretty horrible things that she does.
Perception counts as a skill you have to repeat.
I know,
Eh.
but at least it doesn't stack with itself.
Okay, I never want to do this thing again.
There we go. There's a picture of her amulet. Let's see, it took me forever to find it.
Oh, I could have brought that up for you.
There we go. Her amulet. That is worth. Okay, I'm going to PM you what they think it might be worth. You don't know if they're correct, but that's what they're thinking.
4 copper pieces.
4 copper pieces, please sell it to me.
I'll buy it off you for 2.
She did ask for a trustworthy appraiser, so hopefully soon
Trustworthy,
gonna deliver.
trustworthy, yes. Though, this is a rather unusual object.
Yes. And we're making a joke of Tommy.
Tommy is an unusual object.
I can say that. Can confirm.
The appraiser looked at it, studied it for a while, their eyes giving some very confused looks as they like check their books. And kind of a very bewildered, very wide smile as they inform you of this value, of what they think.
3 copper.
Ooh,
I mean, it has a 3 in it.
3 million copper?
No.
3,000 gold.
Oh,
Hey!
What'd you ever do with 3 million copper?
I mean, that technically that's close to 3 million copper. 3,000 gold is.
It's 3,200. Ari would probably just
30,
say.
3,200 copper?
Yes, copper.
You could beat someone to death with that much copper.
I mean, she could beat someone to death with the amount of gold she has as well.
Oh yeah, Ari has a lot of gold actually. Like, just sheer value of her inventory.
You don't say, because you have wands and such.
Yes. Well, I have 1 wand now. I sold the other one.
Oh crap, I forgot to pick up some silver. Oh no, I didn't have the chance to pick up silver dust.
Yeah,
Wait, no,
town
I have
burned
Tass
down.
on the ship. What am I saying? I can literally have him munch down silver coins.
Tass can very quickly grind down silver coins into an equivalent value worth of silver dust.
Cool.
Speaking of it, I have to add my holy text onto that.
Cool. So now I'm never without
Tass can
silver.
Tass can do it at a maximum rate of. Let's have a look. He can do it at a maximum rate of 500 silver per day.
Yeah, that's still pretty slow for the purposes of like.
No, it's 1,000 a day. Sorry, 1,000 silver a day. He can do it
Hey, Dark.
without taking up his time doing other stuff. He could just like flat out. His only thing in the day is grind silver, but
No, that's awful.
he's got other stuff he could do. What's up, Carly?
How much does that holy text that Ari has weigh, since it costs 80 gold?
I believe it weighs 2 pounds.
Okay.
What holy text do you have?
Because it says 1 to 20 pounds, so I feel like I have to ask you. Since you kind of stole it.
Why are you stealing things?
Well, okay. Serena's not going to get used to it now anyways.
Okay, right. So okay, if it's Serena's, that's fine. I'm just imagining you putting on like some kind of
No, she
suit
didn't
and-
actually steal it, but she kind of has been using it, and it's kind of asked Arbok to take it.
Okay.
It's
right,
not technically hers, but now it is.
Always thieving.
Y'all are a bunch of kleptomaniacs, I swear to God.
Pirate.
Privateer. Less than pirate, but more than the common folk.
Now, before we go into shackles, we might actually want to get like a cannon or two. Maybe not a cannon,
Don't
but
think-
maybe a ballista. Yeah, a ballista or two might be better.
Can Arbok make me a ballista? He has carpentry.
I don't have.
Technically, yeah.
I'm not that
No,
good.
that's siege engineering. He could make
Oh, yeah,
some
that's true.
pieces of it, but
Tass would honestly have the easier time with that because weapons would technically be closer on the list.
Yeah. Technically,
I mean-
Tass just needs to make a huge size crossbow to make a ballista. Actually,
Kind of, yes. Basically, he might need some help because those parts would be huge.
that's where Arbok comes in.
I will say, with the assumption of how much Ari's amulet is, she has 4,500 gold in her inventory, technically.
Got it.
Speaking of, I need to harass Dark about various things again.
Stop
I'll do it
harassing
later.
Dark.
I need ink prices eventually, because I'm terrible at this.
Prices. Oh yeah, I'll be making. Now I'm on holiday. Basically, I can easily make you the spreadsheet to auto calculate everything for you.
Thank you.
It's really simple to do. So, also a nice cool breeze from outside. That's nice. I've got an interesting situation right now because I currently because of how my room was arranged, I haven't spent the effort to bring it back. My window is basically being blocked by my wardrobe, which on one hand is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
You know, on the other hand, though, the damn sun's not getting in.
Yay.
Let's buy some curtains.
Well, I do, but the curtains are not as effective as a giant wardrobe in the way.
Point.
I don't know. In one of my rooms, I had blackout curtains. Those are pretty fucking good.
These are not blackout curtains.
Actually, wait, aren't boarding gaff? That's what it is.
Do we know where we're going?
Yes.
Call Nigel.
Yeah, we're going to these shackles, but like, what do we?
Port Peril.
We're starting.
have-
We're starting at Singor.
Yeah.
I think
Out
the
there
main
for
idea
supplies
was
and
just
stuff.
get away from Eldar right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can make it to Port Peril, we'll be in a safer position since it's a neutral ground for
Relatively.
pirates. But the problem is we're gonna have to sail through the shackles for that in the first place. So
And that's not even counting if the Chilex people have any more people coming down.
speaking of which, whenever we get into, Garvin's going to be telling everyone before we get into port to call him Albert.
Albert.
Yes. Alright.
Dumb name.
So let me guess, you're wanted here as well.
I don't know if I am. That's why
That
I'm
means you
saying go by
are.
Albert.
Since you're
I don't
Albert,
know
can I be
that.
Garvin?
No, you probably don't want the name Garvin.
I thought I looked like the actual Garvin. Well, I don't. I know that I'm looking at you.
Besides, I'm gonna be disguising myself. Anyway.
I'm probably wanted here too. Now that I think about it, it's okay.
Oh lord.
It'll be fine.
Why is half of our crew wanted
They're
somewhere
idiots.
or another?
I used to hunt pirates occasionally.
Well,
Ours
Singar's
is
not
idiots,
actually in the
also
shackles
wanted.
yet. Singar's different.
Yeah,
If anything, you're probably not going to be wanted for hunting pirates here.
it's true, but we tended not to kill the pirates on the ship. We tended to just, take their loot then leave, and so they might hold grudges.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look for that in the shackles, though.
Yeah,
Like I said, Singar's not in the shackles.
Singor. Yeah, I don't think I have any form of connection there.
So, the group is currently at sea. The waves blow, and all of you more or less just have a lot of time to yourselves to do whatever you've been doing, or to spar on the top deck of the ship and break everything.
Hi.
You know, whatever comes up. There has been a slight change in the sounds of the crew, of course. You can't really go for a nap downstairs during the day as much now. There is a constant hammering noise. At least until Taff gets tired, which takes him quite a while.
Ting,
These youngins filled with energy.
Of course, if any of you ordered equipment from Taz, you can consider it completed, as I said.
Yay!
Do that. Fuck.
He has more than enough time to make any equipment you want to your exact specifications, like this. You grabbed his forge, which means you also grabbed all his supplies and everything. So. Which, of course, he has fitted out the room, and of course, as he said, he has built a safe in the room as well, which is decently well locked, actually. To make it, well, difficult for anyone to steal any of the magical reagents you store inside. The safe is also bolted down, by the way. You cannot simply pick up the safe.
Thank God, it's not going to come crashing through the wall and crush us while we sleep.
No, it is bolted quite firmly down. An Arbuck with ant hull and ball strength would not be able to move it easily.
Good.
On a ship that could probably capsize it and just sit on the ceiling. With that, though, as the group sails, is there anything in particular the group would like to do during their sailing, or any tasks you're kind of wanting to handle on the water? Unlikely, but it's possible. There's something you want to begin, or something you want to try and do.
Celia doesn't have anything like ship related she wants to do, but she's going to spend most of her time basically like poring over any available charts and scribbling notes and stuff, and doing like she has been doing, trying to work out where the other observatories are.
Mm.
Basically, her every waking moment's dedicated to that, unless she has something else to do.
Right.
Garvin's wanting to set up a small temple to Besmar in here, a more permanent fixture.
Arbuck's mostly just keeping eyes out for other ships coming by. Considering what's just happened there, who knows if first pirate is trying to get lucky on people fleeing or whatnot.
James is mostly working on his brew keeping, as well as sort of conversing with Muse about what's going on, what kind of thing is going, what the plan is. And so far, James seems to be fairly very well set on going to Port Peril. He's also consulting at theories about various lores of what's going on and what could be there.
Ari would be stealing games or tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
There's also that.
James, for some reason, now has like 17 tattoos. Because apparently, Because apparently he dedicated himself as a canvas for Ari.
Devlin's mostly just doing his usual thing, just like making sure everyone on the ship is okay. Then, either playing music or doing his usual things around the ship, helping maintain it and everything. And when he has spare time, he's either like researching his magic or probably talking to, well, Taz or someone else. We don't really have a whole lot of different people to talk to. And Taz is the newest one other than Reed, and Arbuk has Reed most of the time, so. That and Devlin's been teaching Taz Draconic, so I suppose that's one good reason to talk to him.
Yeah, aside from tattooing James, Ari would probably be reading from the holy text that she took. And occasionally talking to Devlin about it. But she'd probably not want to bug him too much since he seems to be pretty busy.
Nah, Devlin's is mostly just doing stuff to take up his time, make himself useful during the day.
I suppose that's another thing. Basically, James has been occasionally talking to Tass about what he would have to go through to actually make the sword magic more magic.
Well, that is certainly something that can be looked into. Because indeed, Tass from the events of Chiliax, happens to have accumulated enough to get to the next level. Taz can now enchant magical gear with up to a +1 bonus and with +1 equivalent bonuses. Technically, he could put as many +1 equivalent bonuses on to the limit of max 5, of course. But, that's unlikely what you want. To do so, though, to begin the process wouldn't take too much. The process of crafting is difficult to do at sea, but once you get into a port, if that is something you're wanting to do, and certainly the group is willing to, of course, use some of the reagents inside the safe, you could certainly begin such a process. It wouldn't be too hard for him to start it, at least. It would be something, everyone needs to work together on. Making magical items is a little bit complicated. To start off the process, though, 1 second, I will bring something up. To begin the process, the group begin the process. So you must pay 25% of what the item's market value is in basically the cost of raw reagents to begin the process.
25%?
Mm-hmm. At least as initial expenditure. The final end price is not, he can't tell you what the final end price would be, though it cannot exceed maximum value of 100%. Though actually, due to a Tass's trait, it cannot exceed a maximum value of 95%, as its final outcome will be reduced by 5% in cost. To a minimum of 25%.
I will just knock 500 gold off then right now.
Okay. So when you get into port, he could get the reagents, at which point, as soon as he has those, the challenge of making your magical sword can begin. And oh boy, and though there is a slight thing of, be wary, this kind of making magic items does have a habit of drawing attention. Because they're special.
Is that a way of saying that we should have someone, keep an eye just to make sure someone isn't going to come along and be like, my sword now?
Not necessarily that. I mean, stealing a half-made sword is pretty useless.
I think it's more of a case of don't go waving it around because it will draw attention.
That, and it's known occasionally, even outsiders sometimes kind of like peek an eye and like, ooh, what are you making?
Hmm.
And,
Well-
well, James is a little bit interesting in the terms of magic item.
Mm-hmm. Some things might peek in to have a look, or someone might detect a magical signature or something being made. What does that mean? Yes, depends on who sees it.
If it's a div, prepare your pantaloons and get stabbing.
However, if that's what the group should do, you can sail if you just want. Sail the high seas.
Sure.
Get the fuck away from out there.
Let me just go ahead and work out how long it takes us to travel there. You are traveling a total of 720 miles to reach Port Peril.
Is there any reason in particular we're going to Port Peril
Yes.
rather than a different location? Do you want to elaborate on more than just yes?
Yes, I do. There's someone there that I must meet. I don't know
Okay.
who they are, or what they do, or anything like that. I just know I have to meet them.
Okay, how do you know you have to meet them if you don't know anything about it?
James draws his sword.
So your sword talked to you and said to go and meet them.
Yes. Look, I know it's confusing and strange. Don't talk
It's not
to me.
confusing and strange, it's retarded and idiotic, but
I
seeing as
know
we
it
don't
is!
have a better location at the moment, it's as good a destination as any.
Look, Cynthia, you're preaching to the choir here.
Garvin might have a better reason.
Don't care about Garvin's reason.
Well, I believe Garvin presented a very valid reason, which is it's a neutral zone when it comes to the pirates.
Mm-hmm. It's because if we don't go to Port Peril, we have to stop at one of the islands, and we don't know.
Who owns what?
Yeah. And so if we step on anyone's toes, we're likely to get drawn and quartered.
No, that's fair
Or
enough,
keel
actually.
hauled.
That's fair enough.
Port Peril's like the only place where you can stop where you're not aligned with one of them. You actually get normal merchants going there.
The alternative would be try to sail up the river towards the Blood Cove and getting shipped right there.
I mean, it'd be fun.
But you sail out towards Port Peril. How good is the sailing?
Pretty damn good knowing this group.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can, Dark.
Can
Character
the,
sheet up.
can the group provide me with a sailing check?
I aid.
Go, Carvin, go, Carvin, go.
Check like
Could I attempt to aid with a geography for navigation?
It's not so much navigation, it's just not crashing the ship into rocks or something like that.
Hey, navigation's an important bit of not hitting the land.
Unfortunately, that's not really a challenge. Like, you know where you're going right now. That's like silly as what already worked out where you're going.
Do you want separate checks or just one total check?
I need a check from the pilot in the end.
give me a second.
The ship only has one steering wheel, so that
Okay.
natural 28.
Brings me up to a plus 20, so okay.
What the hell?
Wow, this is a
That's
good
my army
start.
on me side, you say. See. Great thing about being on the sea. I can constantly be doing my obedience without fail.
Besmara is still aiding us for some reason.
I am
Apparently
our
the
chosen.
gods smile upon us this day.
our cars, Besmara.
Okay, so apparently you catch good wind.
I'm a chosen of Besmara.
Due to catching good wind, we reduce the travel time from 15 days to 13 days.
Yay, 2 days quicker.
In addition, you encounter no troubles.
Uh-huh.
Woohoo!
Because he nat 20 when what you expect.
The troubles are fun.
As you sail towards Port Peril.
Well, no, we sail towards them.
Was it a different one?
No, we go to.
I mean, if we just want to go
We
to
bypass Singor. Yeah, do
And
we
we
want
don't
to
really
go
have
straight
a-
there?
I mean,
I
might as
don't
well
have
just
a reason. I don't have a reason to stop in Singhor. Just might as well just go to Port Peril.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we've got the supplies to do so, we might as well.
Yeah.
No, you don't. I mean, you can stop on the halfway if you want, but you don't need to.
Yeah, no, I don't. If we're not stopping, then no, because I don't want to waste us being able to bypass the pirates because of a nat 20 sail check.
You had good wind, you might as well use it.
Mm-hmm. And
So
to outrun anyone that might have caused
Port
trouble.
Peril is the best way to describe what it looks like is basically think quintessential pirates for this. Literally take like Pirates of the Caribbean and like every single trope you can about pirates, and you're going to start making a very good idea here of what it's like.
Oh, I am just going to love this place.
To aid you, I'm also going to provide a picture.
Yay.
It's my common style, you know I will.
Mhm.
If I can provide a picture, I will provide a picture. This is the official Paizo picture as well, by the way. Wizards of the Coast Paizo approves of this picture.
Hooray.
This is Port Peril.
Nice.
Yep.
Wait,
Sounds
weren't
about right.
weren't we going to somewhere else first?
Yeah, we
we
skipped that
just-
because we didn't have to stop there.
Why did we skip that? I thought we
No reason to stop there.
had reason to stop there. We discussed this last week.
Did we?
Yes.
What was it?
What was it?
Supplies and whatnot. Checking on, seeing if anyone had seen, were of the survivors from the Chiliax attack. Seeing if there was
With both of those things so far, like one, you don't need supplies. When it comes to the survivors of the Chile attack, there's no way no one's going to see them yet. You're going to be ahead of everyone.
It's true, we're in a fast ship and we were the first ones leaving the port. If any
Sure,
other
yeah.
ships made it out.
The chances are you're ahead of the news. They probably don't even know anything's happened yet.
well, then we could have spread news.
Then we can say that we had a layover there for like half a day.
Okay. In which case I'll have to boost this up to 14 days you spent in total. That's fine. Yeah, the thing is, the group is.
I'd have also liked to have seen if I could have. Also, if I remember correctly, we were also going to see, typical adventure fare, see if there were any side quests there to deal with.
That's what we're gonna do in
Adventure
Torture.
as well.
Yeah.
Also wanted to see if there was, adequate medical supplies and stuff that I could actually set up a proper medical ward in the ship or an
Do that in Port Peril.
infirmary.
Well, I believe the problem before was you just didn't have the money to pay for that.
Yeah, I think we already
You
discussed
looked-
that.
you looked into it last
decided-
session, and the group said didn't have enough money for it. As far as I remember.
And we didn't really get any money last session beyond the 22 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine.
If the group wants to stop there, they can. If that's something they are really interested in.
I mean,
I mean, I'm not that fussed about it, but it's just like, again, we've kind of like gone with a plan and then said fuck the plan entirely.
I guess we kind of just forgot it.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I think we just
just
forgot
stop there.
'cause-
I guess just stop there, spread the news, then keep going.
Yeah, shit's happened for all. Kinda about it.
That was weird.
Admittedly, there is a reason some of you may not want to stop in Shengor for too long. Those of you who are particularly naval inclined do know that Chiliax holds quite a strong trade embassy there.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
no,
Yeah,
we're not saying they're
okay.
wrong.
Yeah.
So, one reason I kind of want to go there anyways, and it's been brought up, is Ari needs more ink. Anyways, she'd probably pick up more there.
Probably be easier to pick that up in the shackles, honestly. Pirates do love their tattoos.
It's very true.
That's true. Question is, how much money am I wasting this time? She already has over 100 gold worth of ink in her inventory.
Yeah, Shengor on the other hand is a metropolis, though there is one other downside of Shengor, other than the fact you can't speak to half the population because most of them speak polyglot. Which is, the other issue is, do you know, Shengor has a large amount of trade to it, but do you know what one of its most largest sources of income is?
Hmm.
It's very lucrative slave trade.
Right, I wish we had known about this before. Okay. So yeah,
I mean,
I guess we can avoid this place.
No one asked questions about the city in the first place. You always have the option to ask me questions.
Yeah, it's true.
I have guides on half the locations.
It's been a long fucking week.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
has.
that's fair.
And half our brains are melted.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good.
Yeah, I guess let's just go straight to Port Peril. Fuck it.
That's fair. Bessie, you wouldn't want to spread news there anyways. Hey, these people survived from celiacs. Invasions.
Yeah, okay.
Oh look, our friends are back.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's just vote to flip from office we pass by.
From way over here where they can't see us.
So, rogue ship is passing us. What do they say? They say, fuck you.
Oh, Lord.
Fire everything!
Ah, yes. Now, welcome to a place that I actually love.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Port Peril is the largest city in all of the Shackles. It is also classed as a metropolis, meaning its size is considered equal to that for Shengor for most purposes, as is it equal to the size of cities, at least comparable to the scale of cities such as Absalon, or the capital of Taldor of Opera. It is the largest pirate settlement possibly in the world, and it's also got a very divided set of races, where the majority are human, but there's also a sizable number of half-elves, half-orcs, gnomes, halflings, elves, and dwarves.
All of piracy comes to all races, as it turns out.
There's also 199 other. But you know, yeah, the reason it's significant to put all the others together though is because for all the other numbers we're talking at least 1.3 thousand for all the other races minimum.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
With humans being at 27,000, which make up a large portion of the population. They make up about 50%. Humans do. It is the de facto capital, and of course one of the only ones situation on the mainland as well in this region. However, coming into dock, the real question is, what does the group want to do if they come into dock? It's not hard to find dock, it turns out. The city has lots of them. To be precise, you would likely be docking in the Crescent Harbour. If it wants to load up the details about the Crescent Harbour for me. Still though, what is the group's main plan upon arrival? That's a good question. There were like some minor docking fees to pay. That's been basically waived by the fact, of course, you've paid your background. Yay!
Yay.
You paid your
cost of living.
Probably a decent amount of that's actually bribes, so...
Possibly. But
other than James's sword stuff, do we mostly just want to look for a job? Because as it stands, as far as I'm aware...
We weren't going to look for a job, we were going to look for rumors on dungeons.
Okay.
Or other,
also...
treasures, specifically.
Hello, are there goblins here? Can we kill them?
There are goblins here, but you can't kill them.
I don't mean in Port Peril. I mean just like in general.
Oh god, I have to mess with Ari's inventory again with all her ink. I hate this.
Wow, what the hell?
If the group wanted, after docking, their first thing could basically be, if you want, hey, we've got a sword we want to enchant. Let's work together on making that. That could be your first task if that's what you want to do.
Well, Celia's basically planning on staying on the ship because she has no love for this kind of place, so she's free to help on the sword.
Dark, I imagine it's easy for Ari to get ink, right?
Yeah, it's easier to get ink.
Alright.
Ink is pretty easy to get.
Arbok wants to see the magic sword.
I have to keep track what I'm doing now.
Yeah. And having more people helping is always useful because you have no idea what skill check is going to ask for the sword to make the sword. So, we'll see.
After Ari gets her ink, she'll stay on the ship.
Y'all can deal with that. I've got people to talk to.
Oh god.
I've got a reputation to start building up.
Don't get stabbed there.
And since we weren't stopping in Singor, I'm going to stick with Garvin.
Alright.
This place. Not really disguise myself.
Just see what happens.
I might actually do a minor thing where I make myself look older.
Okay.
Just minor details to make myself look older and like weaker.
Well, making
He
yourself
changes his eye patch to the
Look
other
yourself-
side.
Technically, according to the rules, making yourself look older wouldn't be considered a minor detail.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to change categories. Like
Okay, if you're just making yourself a little bit older and not changing it.
I want to get closer to middle age.
Okay, if you're just making yourself a little bit closer to middle age, then yeah, that's fine. That's fine as a minor detail.
And minor details are what plus?
+5, you get your bonus.
Oh, cool.
If as soon as you start breaking that boundary, that's when it completely reverses.
I do have a question, Dark.
Yes.
As I said, I was brewkeeping on the way here. Could that technically have counted as a profession check for a week's of work?
Yes.
And then I just come to port and sell all my booze?
As I've said, you may attempt profession checks while sailing if you can justify a way you can make your money when you arrive in port in burst, such as Tass. Tass will continue to produce profit even when sailing with you guys because he's going to be producing weapons and selling them in port.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well, then I will
Make some
just...
rum.
Can I roll, or...?
Yeah, you earn half whatever you roll in gold pieces per week. Technically, you were sailing for 2 weeks.
Oh, cool.
So
So I'll just get my check in gold, then.
Yeah, if you earn whatever you roll, whatever your check is, you get that in gold pieces.
I want to roll. Cool.
It's not a lot, but it's a little bit of money, right?
Yeah.
Alright, Ari's picked up.
With it comes also a tiny bit of reputation as well, so that's nice.
Ari's picked up 136 gold worth of ink again. Ari has a problem. Please help.
Yeah, I think they need to stage an intervention.
She has
Yes,
268.25 worth of gold in her inventory.
You know, not to mention all the jewelry you're wearing.
Actually, I need to properly do this.
Oh, which actually has a good point, because I also need to roll for Ace's profession check, because he also was producing jewelry during the... Or craft check, because he was making jewelry during the trip.
Actually, you know what? Ari, well, I mean, she can't produce tattoos on the ship. Well, I mean, aside from on James.
Yeah,
But
can't
she
make
could-
profit.
I can't make profit out here.
You can't really make profit while you're traveling. There's no real...
Not traveling, but while here.
While in port, you could certainly be trying to earn money per day. Sort of thing.
Okay.
But... One sec. Ace with all his bonuses is that a lovely +8 bonus. So he'll earn whatever he rolls in gold
let's
pieces.
see.
23 gold!
Yeah, that's
Yay, 23 gold because I need more money on my sheet.
First, I'll do this.
Yeah, honestly, your perform check is far better source of money, by the way.
Ah, fuck.
Performing each day is far better than you doing tattoos for money.
That was not what I wanted to do. I apparently do not have the enable take 10 or 20 options on. That was not what was supposed to happen there.
Well, at least you burnt a nat 1.
Unfortunate.
That is what was supposed to happen.
Yay, Arbok and James booze stand. And pastries.
So we don't need an actual job. We're just going to set up a lemonade stand.
Yep.
Ari only has 275 gold pieces now. But she has ink to last her like 10 years. Which is all I care about.
Yeah, you
And
probably want to
technically, I
slow
have
down
to
on
do
buying
this
that.
one more time. He does not aid, which means I have to roll. Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
I'll tell you, Ari has 46 gold worth of this
Oh,
black ink.
well then.
Nice.
Yay!
I was shooting for 25, but
That'll do.
that'll do, Devlin. That'll do. Well, Devlin's now, finally finished a song composition he's been working on for 3 weeks.
Yeah, so what exactly is James wanting to create with his magical sword? Is he just going for a flat +1 on the sword?
Yes.
Alright then, 1 second.
Well, unless I can do something else with it, but I don't think I can.
You could in theory,
Doesn't-
you have like more essences, you could like throw more things onto it.
I only have the money for the +1, so
There you go. That's your problem.
unless I could do the intelligent sword stuff, but
No, not right now. You certainly don't have a strong enough crafter for that. Please note you also have a crew tab on your in the archive on the side.
Yep.
To differentiate your crew from just NPCs, you know.
Oh, yay.
Good.
Some people have more than one NPC in there. Keep that in mind. Some people have spies and friends and less
Some
friends.
people have friends. Oh,
Let's not talk about friends.
this is an
Oh, yeah,
important
yeah.
part of the crew.
Well, however, to produce the magic item, if that is what some people would like to do, that is something that can be done. The base price is put down. Producing a magic item still takes the same amount of time as it normally does. It's going to take you 2 days to do 2,000 gold worth of weapon.
Okay.
1 second. The production of this. Let me quickly check something. Since the item is worth less than 5,000 gold pieces, it will take a grand total of 3. There will be 3 steps to making of the item. The basic 2 steps and 1 random step.
Ooh.
As for everyone getting involved, everyone can certainly get involved with making the magic item, or at least some people can. As the sword is brought down into the forge,
Sorry.
it's burning red hot, but at the same time, the flame flickers with colors that don't seem quite natural. A strong smell is in the air. Not just from the pirates or the rum that's constantly being brewed, but something else. As, of course, James is asked to relinquish his sword as it needs to be finally smithed over some more.
Aw. Okay.
I mean, you can try to keep hold of it, but you'd be sticking your hand in the forge.
The first stage requires Tass to make a craft check to reforge the vessel to be appropriate for the magic to be fully contained. It turns out Tass cannot fail the skill check. The DC is currently too low for this magic item for him to fail.
Cool.
Meaning, stage 1 is automatically succeeded. However, there is a second stage though, which is we're preparing the vessel. Prepare the vessel. The vessel itself, though, is not magically attuned. And while Taz can continue to work even without the full magical attunement in, his physical alterations being enough, further work could be done. Deeper within this first morning, magical changes could be made to its structure to try and improve the item. However, such will require that of someone skilled in the understanding of magic.
Hi.
Arcana, spellcraft, cast the
True.
level.
UMD.
The mystical preparations of a magic item is a spellcraft check.
Okay. I
Note
have
special rules with this. You cannot be aided on these checks. You can
Right.
never take 10 on these checks, nor can you ever take 20 on them.
I have a
12.
+10.
Tass has plus
Silly
11.
spinning.
Tass has plus 11 on his spellcraft right now.
Oh god, I
think
think I have
Celia's
the
winning.
highest.
How much you got, Tinder?
So,
12.
Well, Silly, if she wanted, could try to do the
Before you-
magical preparations of the vessel, if she wanted.
Oh no, sorry, can't
I mean,
help.
she's openly willing to. Just you know what my roles are like.
But do we want Tinder to roll?
I
Hit
can
it,
It
Tinder.
is a very easy. It is a very like
I will,
simple
I
magic.
will, I will inform you the DC of the magical preparation for a sword of this level, I believe, is only 18.
So I have a good chance of hitting it.
It's only a +1 weapon. Each time you add a +1, the DC goes up by 3.
Hit it, Tinder.
Yeah, which isn't that bad.
We believe in you.
Don't believe
Of
in
course.
me.
You now one.
Does anyone have anything to let me re-roll that?
Oh Lord.
No.
And
I wish I had
unfortunately
had
only
just-
applies to me.
I really wish I had a rank in
Right,
so
so
rank so I could give you bestow
okay,
insight.
so 2 tasks were attempted. 1 succeeded and 1 failed by 5.
Yes, technically.
God.
I'm
Yeah,
also assuming I couldn't cast guidance on myself for this because it would take, be over too long a period.
Well, that's a problem.
So Celia, about that giving me shit for breaking magic stuff. Karma's a bitch, ain't it?
Hey, I openly admit that, there was a good chance that I would break this. Modifying magical shit is your entire thing.
As Cydia weaves away at the magic, adjusting the physical boundaries, she encounters something unexpected. A force pushing back against her. It's not what she expected. And
Yeah,
as she kind of works to fight against it, the items almost seems to just harden, and then she starts out repelling her magic away. It doesn't like this. It doesn't want to be like this. The core weapon, this technically counts as a singularized failure for preparing the vessel. The item is not destroyed. That would only be on a critical failure overall. Which, since there was 2 skill checks, it's not a critical failure, despite the nat 1. However, this is not looking good for the price of the item, as the base price has now been, as the current cost to produce it is currently at 100% of market price.
James
But it might go down still.
Hughes is a fucking dick.
We will now move on to the next stage, which is something else, though. However, what the other consequence is the failure. Because the magic is not wanting to ingrain in now, the production time has gone from being 2 days to 4 days.
Fucking dick.
Devil just rolls up his sleeves and says, "Let me take a crack at this."
Unfortunately, it can only be attempted once, this check. So,
Yeah, but there are other checks.
there are certainly more checks. However, this will proceed on. What's Garvin going to be doing while the monkeys are playing around with forging on the ship?
Garvin is going around and he is basically gathering information on the city about the things that have been going on since he's kind of, became a slave and everything. It's been a while since he's been in the loop.
You wish to try and re-establish connections in the city?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Oh, Devlin has a request for Garvin while we're in the shackles.
Mm-hmm.
Since you seem to want to improve your what's the word I'm looking
Reputation?
for? Yeah, reputation. Thank you. Devlin's going to request that you find like a very good troupe of performers, or if somehow that Port Peril has like a theater or something. Devil has no idea. He's never been here before. Or maybe he has, but he would have been, in the holds of a slave ship at the time. Anyway, he's looking for someone to, perform a piece of his that he wrote about, our group and our adventures on the island.
Now that we're here, I do want to throw something out. Tommy gave me the idea of a really good place to tattoo Liberating Command onto everyone if you guys are willing. I don't know who actually would be willing to in character or not, but if you do, it's 50 gold for it. I prefer you guys to pay it, and I can put it on your feet, which means that it's very unlikely someone will see it, and it's very useful if you ever get caught or anything, obviously.
50
you
gold?
have
Sure.
an instant way to get out.
50 gold, done. I want
Okay.
liberating command, especially since I do not have good escape artist, and we've all seen what my CMB is like.
I know James and Arbok are already going to have one, so add
It
that one
takes
to that.
it takes Ari a minimum of 2 hours to tattoo you with these.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
I'm just making a list of who's going to actually have it or not.
I just realised I've not eaten my burger yet. I should eat my burger.
If you should.
Also, if you want these personalized, tell me, because I actually have variations between James's and Arbok's now.
Question, Ari, are you going to be tattooing it as a first level scroll then?
Yes, she's putting a scroll on you.
Then keep in mind, everyone, that the competence bonus on that escape artist is only +2.
Better than nothing, and it's immediate action to activate. Actually, it's a scroll.
It
Does
would
it
only
count
be a
as immediate?
It would only be a +2. It would not be immediate action because it does have to be triggered.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but it's still too higher than what you'd usually have.
But since it's a scroll, could I use it on someone else?
Technically.
Okay. Good to know if somebody
Feel
gets
free.
caught in some rope or something.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't make an actual tattoo of it yet. It's just scrolls around.
But yeah, production continues. Because everyone's working away, helping out. As you're doing so, Arbok brings back a crate of the supplies requested to help build the item.
Oh.
However, as the group opens them up, there is something very clearly a problem with them. It is infested with this large colony of these strange red beetles.
Really, Arbok, you got us beetle goods?
I didn't know some.
He did go to the place that he was supposed to, but it seems an infestation has managed to basically make all the items you've got here basically useless.
Just because they're here, could Arbok attempt to identify the beetles?
You can certainly try to, but it's not going to help too much in the fact that they're there.
I don't know. I just want to know what's
So
happening.
I'm hearing mending to fix everything.
Wow.
Mending doesn't really help the fact if someone's eaten something. You know, it's still.
Well, maybe.
There are two real good approaches to try and fix this. You could just try and find some really cheap replacements somehow, which would be an appraise check of DC 25.
Ouch.
Alternatively, you could try to purge. Alternatively, you would try to purge these vermin out and clear out the infection out of these items, which is a DC 30 heal check.
30? Jesus.
Yes.
Well, I don't think any of us can actually make the appraise roll.
I don't think any of us can make a DC 30 heal, not without at least
Devlin
enough
can.
range.
Devlin can pretty easily,
Speak
actually.
for yourself.
Really, you can easily get.
I've
30?
seen him do it.
Now, one of these
Easily
checks,
no, but I can do it.
Now, one of these checks must be attempted before you can proceed. If you can do both of them, there is a bonus, but one of them must be attempted before you can succeed.
What was the appraise?
25.
25.
Yeah, I can't even run at 20 that, unfortunately.
I can help with that.
But you're out.
You're
You're not
out
here.
doing things.
You could call Garvin back to help you with it.
Yeah, I can give you I can cast a spell to help, is what I'm saying. Because
I mean, is this the sort of check where we could aid?
You can never aid on these checks as part of
Okay,
Garvin.
so right.
You can
So
use
it's
magic
still
support, but you can't actually do aid number on them.
I have a +8 appraise.
I can give you insight.
I'm pretty sure Ace is our best for appraise, isn't he?
Ace is appraise. I would check what his appraise bonus is.
Or was it Mirth? Might have been Mirth I'm thinking of.
Generally, the problem is they generally work together.
Yeah.
So
They're
kind of
familiar.
tag team in
So that doesn't
unison.
count.
Yeah, but you have like full ranks in it, and I don't. So.
Well, Ace doesn't have full ranks. I'm not skilled with that. Yeah, Ace only has +5 in his appraise. So
Oh wow.
How much
So-
does Birth have then? Well, never mind.
Without
It's
having-
intelligence.
basically, both him and Murph only have +5. It's together though they can produce like +9 or something.
So I'm at +8 appraise.
Yeah, it's one or the other. It's either the heal check or the appraise check. One has to be attacked.
One or the other.
You can do both, but you only need one to try.
So the other thing is that we can also have Garvin come over and give you Bestow Insight, which will give you +11 and a reroll.
Yeah, which will make Okay, so that will get me +11. Which for what was the check for appraise?
25.
25.
25? Okay. So I effectively need to roll a 14 on appraise or a 15 on heal.
Garvin, do you have any ranks in heal?
Not heal. I'm getting.
Okay.
I just have bestow insight for appraise.
Right. No, I was just checking, because if you have ranks in heal, that'd be
I'd say we should do appraise just because you do get Bestow Insight for it.
Yeah, the reroll.
Yeah,
helps.
the reroll really does help there.
The group wants to hit the path and try to find really cheap replacements for the item.
Question: does the heal check, does it count as a particular kind of heal check?
It just counts as a general heal check.
A general heal check. Okay, then yeah. Ace has an item that improves appraise checks, right? Like a jeweler's loop or something?
Well, that only works for small items, which just wouldn't count as. So
Okay, so I'm not looking for small details.
you're looking, you're trying to work out the value of things. So
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna roll with appraise as a necessary one and then roll heal afterwards, see if I get a bonus.
please note, succeeding on one and then failing by a lot on the other, you're going to take more penalties than just succeeding on originally. You know, a large failure is pretty bad. So.
Oh, well.
You don't have to roll twice.
In that case, I mean, you don't have to roll twice. You
I mean, let's just
succeed.
see what would have happened. Well.
Barely if
Well, I can say right now, with the first ingredients, you would get a basic success. Not a critical success, you'd have to concede on both checks for a critical success. But it's a success. So.
That +3, since I don't have it anymore.
Do you want to attempt the heal check? Because if you fail the heal check by a lot, you could make it worse, your result.
You have a decent chance to fail the heal check.
What's your bonus to heal?
+15. I have to roll a 15 or higher on my heal check. So I have a 25% chance to succeed.
I'd say we
And a chance to make
Is
things
it
worse.
is it okay to ask by what a lot is, Dark, in terms of failing?
Basically, if you fail the check by 5 or more, there is huge consequences for it.
Okay.
Just
So you
do
have
it.
to roll at least a 10 and have huge consequences.
Just
So
do
50,
it.
so 50% chance. Okay.
Well done.
So
what does Sidon
also,
think?
I keep
This
forgetting.
is Tommy's sword. We should actually ask the
Yeah.
person whose sword is the owner. Or rather, the owner of the sword.
Yes.
What would be spellcasting what would be the cost of hiring someone for spellcasting? Particularly someone who would cast Bestow Insight for heal on Devlin.
Okay. Bestow Insight Heal. Okay, that is a valid question. 1 second.
Well, you're looking
Because
at
right now, currently, I stand to not be able to pay for everything the sword costs. I need a big success here.
Then, since Celia's not directly helping with this part, she could cast guidance on me, right? You have that?
I have it, but the problem is, this is crafting over 4 days. Guidance lasts for a minute.
It is
You
kind
could
of the problem.
repeatedly cast it.
It is technically the problem, which is it doesn't last the duration, which is the issue. But it should be lasting.
Well, for this instance, I mean, she's not really doing much else, right?
The problem still stands. It's technically it does not last, long enough. Is the issue. The spell wouldn't have any effect officially. Yeah, let's have a look. Cast level. So it's like a second level spell, right?
Yep.
for everyone but clerics. For clerics, it's a third.
Okay. It's a second level spell in general.
Yeah. But you're probably going to want someone with at least 4 caster levels so you can get the +3 instead of the normal +2.
Hmm.
Well, if you go for someone who is at least 3rd caster level,
4th.
I'm saying if you go with someone who's 3rd caster level for it though, just a basic spell. We're talking 60 gold pieces.
Could someone help pay for that? Because I need this to succeed, otherwise I can't pay for the sword.
If you want, I can pay for it.
Thank you.
How much would it be for the 4th cast level one?
To boost it by 1 cast level, it would cost you, I think it'd be 80. Yeah.
I'm fine with paying that as well.
Thank you, good.
Let's do
Thank
the
you.
81 then.
Devlin, now you have a +3 and a reroll.
Well then.
This heal check.
Nope.
What else can I do?
Really?
Mm.
That is quite the failure.
Wow. I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Apparently, in his attempt to purge the infection, they ate some of the new supplies as well.
Fucking pirate magic. I blame you.
As a result, the group is gouged on prices. The overall cost has increased by 10%.
But it was already.
Wait, how much does it cost
100%.
now?
Now technically it costs 110% right now.
I thought it never went over the.
Now technically
the
it can't go
market
over 100%. That is true. It can't go over 100%.
Can't go over
90.
95%.
It's true.
Right.
It can't only go over 95%. That's admittedly true as well.
How much does it cost then?
So technically
95% of market
but it
price.
should be costing 105. It should be costing about 110% right now. So that's not looking too good.
It's a little. It's like 1,900 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Now.
Welcome. Now we're onto the final stage, though, to try and actually seal the item. This has been a really long process. A really long process. The first point is you must meet every prerequisite of the item to be able to finish off here. Critical failure is not an option. Critical failure of the item would mean the item. Actually, even a single failure of the item means the item is completely destroyed on a failure here. Because you had a failure, you had 2 failures in a row, but they're not too bad of failures. It could have been worse. Well, luckily though, Taz meets all the requirements, so automatically you do succeed without having to make a skill check. But there is a skill check available.
Which is.
Well,
Spins giant wheel.
while Taz has all the power needed to seal the item itself though still craves additional power. It craves a little bit excess energy and some things that Taz really couldn't provide. But despite having nothing that could provide it, some people are very good at mimicking things and manipulating magic to make it seem like the right way. To make things work properly. You can make a use magic device check to attempt to improvise the item. DC 18.
DC 18, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I could make that.
On a success, it would raise Taz's automatic success into a critical success.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Never
Thank you.
mind.
I was going to say, as an arcanist with Spell Tinker, could I push this a step further or reduce the DC?
But apparently, Ari steps forward and
Ari says, I'm tired of your shit.
she just places her hand into the magical fire and just twists it.
It's like, Muse, stop being a dick!
Basically.
It's just like, okay.
Well, doing this reduces the item's cost by 10%, which reduces it back to normal price, which there is a reason for though. Even though the item cannot be pushed over its final cost limit, if it is over the limit, you'll receive additional flaws based on the fact the item was item creation went so bad. Ari has removed that additional flaw because she brought it down to 100% again.
Good.
Which is then, of course, brought down to 95% by Taz's trait at the end, knocking 5% off.
So what's the final price?
95% of base cost, which he's paid 25% off so far.
Good. There you go, Tommy.
You basically nearly paid the full price for a magical sword. It went pretty badly. And something went wrong in production, though. Remember that first check that went really bad?
Oh, God.
Hi, Celia.
I only failed it by 5. You failed that heal check by 9.
It's true.
It was
it's
a
true.
30.
Though the
Yours was like 18.
Though the first step and the last step are some of the worst because they both have, as failure conditions, or critical failure conditions, the item is destroyed. Which is pretty bad. But there is a consequence to Celia's failure. There's as Celia did it, the magic is kind of sunk in and changed the item at a fundamental level. How did it change at a fundamental level?
Pulls it out and it's now a club.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, that would just put the biggest smile on my face. Look at my sword.
Well,
Back-
it turns out the newly made sword is very angry.
Of course, Muse is angry.
This is a wrathful weapon now.
Well, serves it right. You shouldn't have been such a dick.
The conditions of a wrathful weapon are the following.
That's a will save. Tommy.
Great.
Is it? And that's a rule
Okay,
save
time
every
out.
time they try to use an ability. Yes.
Time out. First off, I didn't expect it to go this bad.
Admittedly,
Half price,
it
and
went,
I
it
don't
went,
have the money to complete the weapon at this point.
well, since you don't have the item complete at this point, the item's completion is then kind of in a limbo, where the item is like, we can't really continue properly here.
Secondly,
That's a pretty bad final flaw on it.
okay.
Admittedly, there are worse flaws to be, actually, than that, given you're
Yes.
not a spellcaster. I mean, you can't stealth while in combat with a sword. Then again, in combat, you're generally being flourishing anyway. Admittedly, this is not the end all of it.
And worst case, you can always put Muse on another sword.
That was technically true. Muse could be moved to another sword, technically.
As much as that sucks.
Alternatively here, given the situation and what ends up happening here, James could basically hit the abort button if he really wanted to. But so essentially, James, seeing how the production's gone, could basically nearly come at the last minute, basically pull out. Doing
Not the
so,
first time he's done that.
doing so would lose the initially expended money, but not cost you any more. And it would lose the magical components put into the project, which in this case is 1 arcane essence.
Yeah, abort. No, fuck that.
However, there'll be
You
no
guys are
consequence.
shit.
Yeah, you're losing my arcane essence. Come on.
No, you guys are shit.
Fuck you.
Bear
Do
in
yourself
mind,
next time.
Will is James's worst save. He's never gonna make that.
Mm-hmm.
Admittedly, that production went fairly badly. There were quite a lot of failures that flew around in there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of skills that he couldn't use in combat.
I couldn't use disarm in combat.
Well, no, that's not true.
No,
You can disarm. You can use combat
yeah, you can't.
All combat-
It just skill checks it prevented. That's all.
skills and abilities that require patience or concentration, like spell casting or spell-like abilities, stuff like that.
Well, still, no.
To be
Because I
honest,
couldn't pay for the damn thing in the first place, so.
Yeah, in which case James kind of hits the abort button and realizes the group has made a few mistakes here. Maybe not.
Well,
The skills,
next
by the
time
way,
you can
they-
do it your damn self.
The other, by the way, is you cannot use any charisma, dexterity, or intelligence-based skills in combat except for acrobatics, fly, intimidate, and ride.
Yeah, I just sent it.
Yeah, the bigger problem there was actually that first check. The consequence for preparing the vessel was one of the most important steps, and it sets. So a basic success sets the price to 85%. A critical success sets it to 75%. A failure sets it to 100%. Cilia. Also, it adds 1 flaw, which was wrathful. Hi. Angry sword. With all the things that you had come up, by the way, in case you were curious, the minimum you could have got the item to with all the events that end up popping up was 75%, 65%, 55%. 50%. Yeah, you could actually got it for flat half price. by succeeding on all of those. Somehow you nearly got it to 110%. GG.
Ah, well. So yeah, next time we do this, we try and make sure we at least have a reroll for first bits.
James,
Hmm?
your sword is slightly unhappy.
Yes. I am too. James and the Muse sort of storm off saying you're all incompetent.
Well, do it yourself next time, you shit.
Ari's
don't
like the
have
only person who
many-
succeeded.
Hey,
So she
speaking
I'm
kinda
gonna go
seems
do this
like
my
James.
own way.
Alright, go make sure James doesn't get himself killed.
I know she will follow him because he's probably the only one James isn't completely pissed off at. And aside from Devlin's praise, I think I'm the only one who succeeded.
Admittedly, you also succeeded with flying colors, giving you a DC 18.
That too.
I mean, you were asking me to perform a DC 30 heal check.
Yeah, I don't
Without-
think we should
You
have done
didn't
that.
have to make
without
that, though.
most of my, equipment that gives me circumstantial bonuses.
Yeah, in the event that Devlin succeeded on the first, like he did, and then didn't attempt the second, there would have been no penalty or benefit. It would have just been a flat, move on. If Devlin had succeeded, it would have reduced the price by like 10%. So that didn't go well. Garvin,
Hmm.
you've been gone a while from the city. While.
I have. I've been around the city a lot.
The city has not changed that much. I mean, it's a pirate city. There is a limit to how much it changes in some senses. Piracy and piracy. That's pretty much all that happens. But even here, as you walk through the streets, observing a duel between some random people as you walk past, you do catch some rumors, some information.
Oh, good.
Some things that might catch your attention a little bit.
That's so.
In particular, one of the things that you run across during your search around. Let's double check this. It's right. Garvin hears of a strange number of rumors, all centering around the topic of some old burial crypt. Apparently some Osirian person, some desert folk, decided when they died as a pirate, them and their horde are being buried somewhere under the shackles in the true way an Assyrian should, in his own pyramid.
Torrens dropped.
It's a
Pyramid under the sea.
Apparently, a number of people have tried venturing to said location since it was recently discovered. None of said groups have returned.
Lovely.
In other news, you have reestablished a connection with your contacts. Well, kind of.
Ah, yay.
At least all the ones that still trust you enough.
Yeah, they're... That's how piracy goes, though. But good. Back in the city and back in my home, as it were.
Is the pyramid underwater?
I think it might be, actually.
I wonder how they built it.
Yeah, you don't have the exact location of it, but, you've heard the rumors at least around.
Yeah, it could also be a small pyramid on an island with a tomb underneath it. Quite interesting. I might follow up on that a little bit, see if I can get the location where it's supposedly at.
So
What's the group want to do? Once Garvin kind of returns that day, and apparently the swordsman storms off to a tavern. What does the group on the ship do you want to kind of do then the next morning?
Dark, did you not hear me? I said I wanted to see if I could get a bit more information on this and like the location of where it supposedly is.
That is not the... Well, it's a task you can certainly try to do.
Yeah.
Shackles is a place not the easiest to get information in. It's...
You just have to know where to look.
You have contacts in the region. You can certainly try.
Alright then.
Even if you just get a general
make me a
location.
gather information check.
Alright.
Even if we can only get some general information, we can then try and narrow down where it might be on maps.
23.
That's true.
Yep. Beat 20.
Just look, as you kind of ask around, there is not a clear consensus on where it is. Some people argue here, some people argue there. Oh, it's got to be near the mountainside, right? No, it's got to be near this feature. No, it's got to be near that. No, it's definitely deep under the ocean.
Is there anything they do agree on?
Well, on an immediate glance, no, but Garmin still gets all the information placed together. I mean, it can't hurt at least to have all of it. Just have all the rumors.
Yeah.
And Garmin certainly has information available now that it doesn't make it impossible to try and at least try and plot some kind of area it might be in. If that's something the group wanted to try and do. But that would be a geography skill check.
My geography is not good enough.
What's your
isn't it a
geography?
class
It's
skill?
not a magic item creation mode, of course. You'll feel free to aid in others and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only +6 because it's not a class skill. So
You're better than me, so shall I aid you?
Does anyone else have better than +6?
What is this shit
Plus
for?
6 and what?
Geography.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you did?
I have a +7.
I'm sorry, but you've run off to the other side of the ship now.
No, he's not on the ship. He just in
You
the
ran-
city.
You've run off into a tavern somewhere.
Oh yeah, Ari's not here anyway, so I guess he can't help.
Let's see. That won't help. That won't help. I guess I could technically guidance this, give me a little bit more. I don't think any of my items will help. They do give bonuses to geography, but it's for like navigating between stars and shit like that. Yeah, best I think I can get is like a +7 with guidance.
And I'll try and aid you. Okay. Yay, aid.
You aid. That brings me up to a +9.
Alright.
Really? Really? Wow. That's already including guidance and aid.
Group finds no clear indication of where the location is yet. Though Celia is pretty sure, given the information she got back, that she could find it with what she's been given. But it's not a lot to go by. It's going to take her a while. That's all she's got.
Yeah. Yeah, see if you can find out some more information, but otherwise just, if we really want to do this, leave it with me and I'll get it eventually.
I may as well. I'll see if there's other things around.
So, meanwhile, Silo,
Yes.
as you wander through the city of the shackles, is there anywhere in particular you're going?
No, not really. What
So-
I'm gonna say is James does have his sword drawn, but he's not holding it aggressively, and he's just sort of wandering aimlessly, seeing what takes him where.
With Ari trailing behind him.
If you can keep up with him, but
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. I can't guarantee she'll keep up with him, but she's trying.
Because there are many points where James just sort of says, "This seems like the right way to go," and then climbs up on top of a roof.
So my neighborhood's power went out for a little bit there.
I've posted up just
I
a little show.
should be I should be back now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just need to launch up Chrome and stuff since my computer is done initializing.
Yeah, but essentially, Garvin found out some information on some underground pyramid tomb thingy we're thinking of raiding. It used to belong to a pirate who's now dead, obviously. We're working out where it is. James and Ari are currently in the city. James storming off for vengeance or exploring or whatever the fuck he's doing.
Wow.
If that was a boon die, that is boon.
Well, Mr. Bond. How are you doing today?
Pretty shit. My bunch of fuckheads on my ship tried to fuck with my best sword.
You wanted us to do it, you shit.
I expected you to be competent.
We were competent. You were asking us to do something extremely difficult.
That none of us had ever done before.
And the one person who had trained in it actually succeeded completely on the
Wait,
job.
he's not blaming Tass. Tass did great.
He literally couldn't fail the skill checks he had to make on his end.
Blame Muse for being a stubborn git.
Bunch of arcane casters trying to mess with magic outside of their
Divine.
comprehension.
And technically the Divine Caster is the one who screwed up the biggest.
Yeah, the best way I can describe... That's a good point, though. The best way I can describe Muse's magic is bardic magic.
Oh,
Which is
God.
arcane.
Which is a flavor of arcane, yes, but it's very much emotion-based.
Well, there's the problem. We were trying to fix an arcane thing with a divine solution.
Mm-hmm.
And even worse, it was divine that wasn't godly.
It's true, it's atheistic Divine. Well, James, as you're wandering around, you spent a while where kind of just by Muse's kind of pull and your own kind of imagination, and following on with that, actually, honestly, also with just kind of following things around. Like this parrot kept squawking at you for a while, and it almost started having a conversation with you. Smart bird. James kind of went along. How's James's perception?
James's perception.
Okay, what am I trying to perceive here? Could I maybe forfeit it for something else?
What is James's perception?
-1.
I mean, you wanted to forego the check.
You want to say how far are you away from him?
Well, I'm wondering if I could maybe change it for something else.
No.
Yeah, well, I guess I can just roll it, I guess. I mean, if I forfeit it, it's just gonna...
If you forfeit it, it's just a fail.
Yeah.
He does nothing by rolling.
I mean, you
Don't even
could
get
do
lucky.
critically fail instead.
14.
Alright.
It could be worse.
Alright.
Well, you beat 10.
Mm-hmm.
James spends some time wandering about. And after some time, he comes to the realization that there's not that many crowds around anymore, actually. It's actually pretty dark.
Mm.
I've been wandering around a while. And this parrot's been just happily talking along with you this entire time. Kind of keeping you distracted a bit. And
Alright, if you're gonna ambush me, come out now.
that is the point.
James looks at the parrot, looks around, Alright, if you're gonna ambush me, come out now. Sword in hand.
And shortly after, that is indeed the point where, well, James indeed has someone actually come out when he says that. To his surprise, it doesn't seem like to his surprise that someone's coming out.
It's Steve with a rapier. No.
It is not Steve with a rapier, though that would be pretty cool. Except, what's coming out is likely not what James expected.
Damn it, Arvik.
One second, I'm going to load up the scene.
Is it possible to know how far Ari is away from James? I mean, I could roll an acrobatics check to get an estimate.
You are a distance away right now. I will
Okay.
inform you how far away when it becomes relevant. As who steps around the corner is not what you quite expect, James.
Oh?
It seems to be a young lad. Probably, I mean, you know, comes up just below your shoulder. Who kind of comes out dressed pretty messily. Though that's kind of, you know, expected most of the time. He comes out, technically he comes out armed. He is holding a dagger in his right hand. Though, given James looking at it, his grip of it is not the best. It's unlikely you think the kid's ever used a dagger before.
Yeah, that's fair. It's your bird?
The bird does fly over to his shoulder as you say that, as he nods slightly.
Cute thing.
James?
Yes. You know my name. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I've heard some stories about you.
You sent you to find?
I've heard some stories about you.
Hopefully good ones.
Well, kind of. I've heard some tales of your swordsmanship. Especially while against, and he gives it the name of some captain, which James very vividly remembers fighting. And kicking the arse off, for that matter, James did.
Oh, okay. Okay, this was not that captain, but this is the captain that I kicked the...
Yes, it's someone you kicked to the arse off a long time ago.
Alright. No, yeah, I remember that fight. Good fight.
There were loads of people talking about it. You're a hero.
Really? Oh, oh. At this point,
What are you
James's
doing
hand
here?
sort of relaxes on his sword, and he doesn't let go of it, but he stays on guard. It's like, all right, you
What are you
seek me out
doing?
for a reason?
Well, I mean, I kind of wanted to talk to a hero.
Oh, I'm happy to have a conversation.
My bird kind of saw you, didn't you? It squawks. It squawks at something approximate to a yes. What are you doing in a place like this? I mean, I thought this is kind of really far away from what you normally do. You know, you're normally against the pirates.
Yeah, that may be true, but I've ran into an interesting complication in my
At this
travels.
point, by the way, Ari is now in general range. She is around the corner. There you go.
She lost her
Within
after. Bye,
eavesdropping.
Mortis.
Oh, 1 second. That's right.
She's within eavesdropping range.
She is now in eavesdropping range.
Alright, probably just gonna listen for now. She doesn't want to freak out anyone. She's kind of.
The streets, the streets are very quiet and very empty in this part of town. You are quite far away from the town centre.
Yeah, she's gonna sit and listen for a bit and see what's going on exactly.
I ran into some complications. Found myself a bit of a bit on a wander. I've been looking for something, and, well, frankly, my aimless wandering brought me here.
You're just wondering?
Yeah, I know. I recently left a city. I did do a little bit of heroics down there. A recent attack from Chiliax happened from, I forgot the name of the city, but down there. Had to free a bunch of people, did a bunch of warning and stuff like that. You know, casual heroics as they may be.
He nods a little bit.
James feels a physical eye roll somehow in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
The kid seems to be looking at James's sword quite a bit, with kind of a look of, ooh, shiny. It's a nice sword.
It is. The sword will empathically link to the blonde-haired kid with a feeling of back off.
He looks suddenly concerned and backs into the cart by accident.
Oh, ignore that. Sword's magic. And also grumpy. He had a bad day recently.
Okay. Ken looks a little bit confused, like, how can a sword be grumpy?
Long story. Just take it as it is. No reason to argue.
Alright.
Bit confused myself about it, but, you know, you just roll with the punches and see what comes along. So what brings you to this fine alley in this nice evening? James says, looking around this corner.
Well, I live near her.
Do you?
I mean, you know, it seemed, I mean, it's a good enough place, right?
As good a place as any. Bit quiet, for my liking, but...
Well, everyone's constantly fighting in the middle of town.
That tends to be how the city is.
You know, I'm not really that good at fighting, so...
The only way to get better, kid, is through practice. And occasionally dumb luck.
What are you doing? Kind of looks confused as you kind of walk around the cart.
James is, at this point is basically sort of paying attention to what's going on around him and just sort of talking to the kid while taking in his surroundings. There's got to be more than a reason why he was brought here by a mixture of muse and parrot and kid.
Hey, you still worship,
Caden? Yeah.
He reaches around his neck as you're kind of saying that and pulling out like a small little chain of a cadence symbol on it.
James pulls up his sleeve, showing his new tattoo that Ari painted on them, which is a Caden mug pouring out booze that wraps around his arm and ends with a saber point between his middle finger and his ring finger.
I thought it was the same point, just going up his middle finger so he can point at someone.
Actually, he has a reason for that we can't really do right now. He wants to make into a grappling hook later.
But it is a really damn good tattoo, like DC 30 or something like that.
Yes, it was 30.
The kid stares at it, like really impressed for a moment. Getting a little bit closer, is kind of like trying to inspect it. That's pretty.
Indeed it is. You don't mind me asking, where did you hear that story about me beating that dumb pirate captain's ass?
Well, you see,
I am that captain, suddenly polymorph.
He pauses for a moment as he takes a step back from you. Well, you see, some friends of mine told me about it. After all, you did lose something very important.
At that point, James will turn on a heel. Look at him. It's like, oh god, I hate it when pirates do this. Really lose a kid against someone and use them to ambush. It's a really cheap tactic, James will say, turning around.
As James says that, suddenly, kaplunk!
I love that game.
James,
Mm-hmm.
you were not flat-footed.
Nope.
But most certainly are you getting shot at.
Miss.
Wow, way to
As
go.
James spins around and blocks it with his rapier and saying, "All right, you're good. You're dead now."
And then the kid stabs him in the back.
The kid is actually a halfling with 20 levels in rogue.
Kid, you seem reasonable enough. Get out of the cart.
Well, one second, as I am going to go ahead and reveal thy enemies.
Mhm.
As it turns out, you do have thy enemies around. And James has a lot of them.
They've all come out today.
Yeah, it turns out James is very good at making enemies. Not
Yeah,
something
you
he
know,
should,
Ari's is kind of way over here.
not something he should be proud of, but you know. Indeed,
Oh, Lord.
indeed, James has enemies. You know, luckily for James, the kid's acting skill is not necessarily the best. He tried his best.
And also, James knows this tactic. He may have stumbled into this kind of thing before.
Yeah, as I said, the kid's acting ability is not the best necessarily.
Pride of the duel.
Mhm.
Not exactly a duel whenever there's 5 of them, is it?
That isn't quite the meaning behind that.
You know,
No.
they could be taking him on one at a time.
It definitely is not the meaning behind that, though. James knows what the meaning of that name is. But... One second, I need to find the last one. Need to get your token in here because you are also fighting. And you are up here. Alright. So we're into initiative.
Huh. James, you're apparently surprised anyways. So am I.
You know, apparently the kid was far better at acting than I thought he was.
Hopefully we're all clerics, so we're all like 2s in our initiative.
You were saying,
Nice.
J-Mac?
I'm telling you,
That was
cleric
the
is real.
kid.
Unless he's suddenly like the most murderous person on this team, I don't think you should be very afraid.
Yeah, the kid technically rolled a 1 on his initiative. It turns out the kid is not good at combat. He was telling the truth. The Pride of the Door, meanwhile. They roll slightly higher.
Shouldn't there be one more?
Everyone has a privileged initiative.
Oh dear. Well, good news. You'll go before 2 of them.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a pretty high roll. They probably don't want to kill James.
They do.
Everyone wants to kill James. Even James.
Alright, you can make a perception check.
Make a perception check?
Yep, you make a
Oh,
perception
boy.
check. Your raptor can make it instead if you rather.
Well, we both have bad perception. So.
Hey.
Not bad.
I mean, I just have 10 wisdom. We have default, I should say.
Ari hears the sound of someone sprinting in her direction from where she came. Somewhere from that way.
I think I should move.
There should be more of the map, because, you know, it's fair enough for real street now.
At least right now no one can see me. When you put the roof sniper on the roof directly to the left of me, I was like, fuck!
Yeah, that was just me importing him, don't worry.
Hello, I am just a casual bystander with words and raptor. Ignore me.
Yeah, I was some random
You really could try to bluff that you're not important.
That's true.
I mean, right now you are unimportant. No one's paying attention to you. No one even knows you're there at the moment.
The person running toward me, I might try and bluff.
However, the Pride of the Duel runs up towards James, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to go ahead and disarm James!
Oh
Yeah,
no.
sure.
Here's
Do you
where they roll
doubt-
like a 42 or something.
Do you doubt their disarming abilities?
I do, yes.
But how come you doubt them?
Because I have massive bonuses against being disarmed.
I suppose that's fair. That's a 16.
No.
Yeah, no.
No, go fuck yourself. Meet a 24, then we'll talk.
You know, they have a decent chance of doing that.
This one will move up, and we'll decide to try to skewer James like a fish.
That's a stab.
That is a stab.
Does that confirm?
No.
Okay, the rapier did not confirm on you.
Thank God.
Yeah, you have more than 21 AC.
Yeah.
That's 24.
Wow. Wow. I am jelly.
Yeah, well, you're a primary caster.
Take 8 points of damage, James. In addition, James, make me a fort save.
Oh, fuck, you poisoned this shit?
Okay,
No!
maybe they do want him dead.
Okay,
No, it could just be a knockout poison.
could be.
Most poisons aren't lethal in this game.
That's admittedly true. Only con poisons are lethal.
I'm gonna argue
James?
I have partial cover due to not. I'm also in combat. I'm gonna argue I have partial cover because of
The
being
fact you're
on
in
this side of it.
The fact you're in combat is irregardless. The fact though now combat started, yes, I will allow you to have +2 AC due to the fact that you have a cart there.
Yay.
Also, there's a house vaguely in the way.
No.
Just because of cover though.
Mm-hmm.
However, James does feel, whoa, that went right past his head. Like that would have done far more than a crossbow should. Maybe don't get shot by that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just a pro tip. Hi.
Mm-hmm. Versus CMD, no.
That does not disarm.
Versus CMD, no, because I would have. Yeah, no.
What's your CMD versus disarm then?
+5 on my place. No, wait.
Tommy's doing math, don't mind him.
I'm sorry.
You did say
Plus
24
that.
earlier.
It is 25. Yes.
So they didn't disarm you by 1.
Yep.
I'm very lucky here.
Alright. You peek around the corner, he's getting ganged.
Well, I hear
By a
some...
bunch of ginger female duelists, apparently.
Huh, okay. Well,
Apparently
It's
it's
a
an
bunch
Irish
of women
family.
tried to steal your man.
Well, the thing is, Ari hears someone coming.
Do you want to protect herself first?
Turn to look at who's coming.
Yeah.
Well, you can look over that way, but you don't see anyone immediately in sight. But you have been someone getting closer, probably going around the corner soon.
Not that. Ari is going to. Well,
I have to inform you because the character in question is taking a sprint action, which say you cannot stealth during a sprint action. You got
Right.
auto-detected.
can I just 5-foot step back then?
You can 5-foot step if you want to. It's up to you what you want to do.
I'm 5-foot stepping back. And
You do know where some of the creatures are. Is an important point. You do have a line of effects for creatures, technically, for magic.
I do have line of effect, but I don't really want to be spotted yet.
And casting a spell will require you talking confidently, so. Let me alert. Does Ari just want to pass her turn?
Yeah. I want to see this person who's running towards me first before I actually do something, I think.
But the important question is, what does Maud do?
Screech.
No, Mortis disappears onto her body because it wants to screech. It's being logical here.
James,
Mortis
you're
is-
surrounded by a bunch of. You're surrounded by a bunch of slightly ragged women.
Well, let's get
Again,
started then.
not the first time.
Yeah, no. First, I'd like to make a knowledge local check to assume. Can I make a knowledge local check to assume kind of what identification of these humanoids are? Like what their kind of class is?
To identify their class. That's not something you can generally do with just knowledge checks alone.
Can I make a reasonable assumption?
Well, given their given their fighting styles, they definitely seem to be highly proficient with a lot of BAB. You would say
Okay.
for that level.
Fighters or swashbucklers, one of those two. Hopefully not swashbucklers.
Basically, I can give you information that they're a full BAB class. I can't tell you any more than that.
Okay.
And you can see they're wearing my armor, so take it as you will.
All right, then let's
On the
start.
bright side, it means no sneak attack
Yes, I know. It makes me happy.
because you're not going to be absolutely gut by a fish.
What's the bonuses to high ground?
High ground is a +1 to hit. You receive no bonuses to AC unless it's significant. High ground.
You're thinking of climbing up on the cart?
Oh yeah.
Well, then you'll expose yourself to crossbow, dude.
Yeah, but he already went, and I hope Ari can deal with him.
Ari's not dealing with anything right now.
5-foot step onto the cart.
She just gave up her turn.
Well, to 5 step onto the cart requires you to make an acrobatics check. Because it's not the easiest thing to get onto the cart when you're just kind of like standing and not moving too much.
And you have to consider, I would argue that James doesn't know Ari is
30.
there either.
That's also James doesn't know
He
Ari.
does.
Do they?
He'd feel a lot of concern and have an educated
That's true.
guess that Ari's probably watching.
He know Ari's at least somewhat nearby. That's enough. The DC to get onto the cart was 20. You succeeded. Yep, so you only spent a 5 step and you're on top of the cart.
All right, then I will try to disarm Pride of Duel 1.
Okay.
Can turn that off. I don't need that. I do need that. I'll keep that off. DC 30.
If 30 does in fact beat her CMD, you manage to disarm a regular quality rapier.
Yay! And I have a free hand, so I'll put that in my free hand.
Okay, you are now dual wielding rapiers. I will now mark that she has been disarmed of her primary weapon, which is important. I say primary though, because of course she had more than one.
Of course.
I mean, who these days only carries one weapon?
That's a valid question, actually.
I also like that James is now standing right in the middle of that circle.
Ignore the suspicious circle on the ground. Means nothing. Anyway, this part of the duel is going to try and get rid of James's weapon.
Okay. No.
Right.
It was a solid attempt. James will blatantly say, solid attempt! And then parry.
This one's going to attempt to gut James like a fish.
Fishy, fishy.
No.
You shall now proceed to take an action to double move away.
Run
Technically, Ari can now see him.
Oh, okay. Right, keep that in mind.
Ari, also in other news, sees the person turn the corner and be running at full speed towards you, sweating quite a bit. Well, not sweating actually, but looking quite tired.
Who is it?
Well, someone else who actually followed along.
Ace.
It's gonna be Tess.
It's probably Tass, yeah.
Oh.
Ari will immediately put up her finger to her hand, to her mouth, to tell him to be quiet and try and motion for him to halt.
Yeah. Cass gets up to basically here and finishes his run action. He just literally was running for the last 5 turns straight, panting. He kind of looks at you with a question, with a look of what's going on, but he's too out of breath to ask.
Yeah, and she can't really tell him right now, so she's motioning for him to be
I mean,
quiet.
you can whisper. A whisper is really hard to hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ari's just gonna whisper that James got into some trouble, and she doesn't want them to know that she's here quite yet.
Trouble? He looks kind of concerned.
There's 6.
James?
Yep.
She's not flanking right now, interestingly.
That was the plan.
Does not stab you. Does not gut you like a fish. I mean, these characters are levels below you, so keep that in mind.
And also,
I know.
I'm
I'm just imagining what that kid must be thinking. Like, holy crap, he's holding his own against all these people. Holy shit, there's some merit to this guy's name.
I mean, the kid was being genuine about. I mean, you don't know if it's a halfling or a kid or not.
We don't know that, but the kid's not really a kid, isn't he?
You don't know.
Who knows?
Okay.
Not my place to know.
You know, you can interrogate him if you want to.
Who knows?
And
Shadow knows.
considering
But-
you also told you had like 20 levels in Rogue, no thank you.
I joked about that. I joked that he's a halfling and 20 levels of rogue.
No,
If he had 20 levels of rogue, he probably would have attacked James and gutted him.
that's fair.
Not, rolled a nat 1 on his initiative check and ran away.
That's also fair. I wanted to believe that we just had like this badass walk over to James and start talking to him.
You're also not flanking.
They're not flanking, no.
Ooh! I hit the ground.
As James falls down into the cart, as suddenly his legs are swept out from underneath him.
Does the cart have raised edges to it? Is he behind better cover now?
Not reasonably, given the sniper's on a roof.
Yeah.
I kind of can see right over that.
Maybe.
Yeah, but being prone
provides.
provides AC versus
It
shots.
does. That is true.
Hey!
However, it does lower his AC against everyone around him.
I'm sure that sniper must be just going, son of a bitch!
Well, the sniper is first going to see if he detects the fact there are other people around. He fails. As a sniper instead will choose to reposition this turn, leaping across the roof.
Goddamn hero.
All right.
Oh come on, James will do the exact same thing.
Oh yeah.
He even got his running start and everything. Pride of the Dual One is going to go ahead and draw out her far less impressive short sword.
James will blatantly say, "Really?"
If it were James on that roof, I imagine he would have just continued running and leaping onto the cart.
Yeah.
Add +4 admittedly because you're prone, but
No.
not enough. Alright.
All right. So can Ari see the sniper?
Ari cannot see the sniper, she's behind a building.
That's true.
Ari could nicely lay
And-
like asleep down on top of all of this.
I don't have sleep.
Really? I thought
She
you
got rid of
did.
sleep.
I got rid of
Oh,
a burning
maybe.
storm.
Oh yeah.
Because, things started exceeding your hit dice limit.
So if I walk forward here,
It
Can
turns
I
out,
see them then?
just because you ignore hit dice limits, Tinder,
I honestly forget sleep does have a hit dice limit.
yeah, that's mainly why I got rid of it. So if I walk here, can I see them?
he would have cover against you, but yes. Because, he
Would
does
I
like
be
a roof
spotted?
if you cast a spell, immediately. Otherwise, depends if you succeed a stealth check or not.
Well, I want to cast a spell anyway, so I'm just gonna walk
If you
here
cast a spell,
then.
you'll be immediately detected because they're going to hear you. You have no ability to conceal your spells. But you can, moving into there, you can kind of see him, you see a corner of his head.
Well, here's the thing. I have a flaming sphere.
Flaming Sphere is designated location, I believe, right?
Yes,
Creates
it does
sphere
a
location.
location, and it has a 160 range.
There's
So,
no attack roll, and you just designate a spot.
hey, Dark, you wanna give me a sweet orange death ball?
I can. Let me just double check the wording of a Flaming Sphere 1 second, but I think so.
Okay, so
Well,
when I'm casting the sphere, it's a
Art
move
is
action
becoming
for
an
me.
arsonist. You see it here, folks.
Yeah, basically, I have Burning Storm and Flaming Sphere. So basically, for Flaming Sphere, if I cast it, it's a move action for me from then on to move it around. And this 3d6 damage.
Does Ari wish for it to ignite what it rolls across?
Don't set the house on fire.
No, she doesn't want to make a house on fire. Please, no.
Because the spell defaultly these set things on fire that it touches, but we can say that Ari's being careful and does not do the floor.
She cast it high enough in the air that's kind of like trying to engulf the guy's head. Which is still kind of terrifying.
I guess I could use him as a surface instead of a house. Nice.
1 second, he lets import.
If James is really in danger, maybe. Which he
I
feels like
mean-
he's kind of holding his own.
I mean, yeah, fire gets attention.
I mean, setting a house on fire spontaneously that a guy's on top of is kind of terrifying.
There's also probably people.
There you go, Kylie.
Okay, fire. Alright, it's right on top of that guy right there. Does he take the damage this turn?
Yes.
Okay.
He immediately takes damage as it stops
Yeah,
him.
you can reflex to negate though.
Yep,
Yes.
he can reflex in the gate, but in theory, you might hurt.
Reflex negate only halves it though, so he'll still take 4 damage. It isn't a lot, but it's damage. Plus, we'll probably want to move.
No, it's not reflex half. It's the reflex negate. It specifically states
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the difference between reflex half and reflex negate. Negate means you just flat out dodge the attack.
I guess it is turn damage each turn.
Oh, yeah,
that's
never
what
mind.
it is.
However, saving throw, that's a no.
Well,
Yeah, no.
He does not have a plus 13 bonus. Please roll damage to burn.
It's already
burn,
in
burn.
there.
It's 8.
Then 8? Okay. Takes 8 damage. Did I put that on fire? I put that on the fire by accident. Oops.
I'll let you fix him first.
We'll put the fire just above him. That'll work for now.
We know where it is.
James, you're currently surrounded by a bunch of women on the ground. This is not the first time, but not only in these circumstances.
James will look up at the giant flaming guy who suddenly screams, like, oh, hey, Cavalry's here. James will then...
What does he wish to do from his back?
Does he want to risk standing up?
Not particularly.
Only
Come
5
on,
AoEs.
You could take it.
My question is if they have to improve disarm. I don't think I want to do that then.
Well, they've been trying to disarm you without you provoking, so I'm going to say yes.
What feature of improved disarm are you worried about?
The fact that they could use it on an attack of opportunity. Ooh.
That'd only be 5 disarm.
No.
You could take it.
Oh, he's flanked, by the way, so they will get +4. Sorry, not flanked, he's on the ground. Prone. +4.
You could
And some
take
of them
it.
are flanking.
Some of them are flanking as well. It's true.
Yeah,
Can't 5-foot crawl.
You can't 5-foot? Well, you could, but you'd provoke from 5-foot crawling.
Yeah.
And it would take a move action, not a, bonus step. You can total defense just like cover your face and try to protect yourself.
It's actually worse for me to full defense than for me to fight defensively in combat expertise.
And what's James gonna do? He could try to surrender.
That's not an option.
What's the worst that could happen from surrender?
Question.
Yes.
I got a plan. What's the cart made out of? Is it like rickety?
It's primarily made of wood. It's not in the highest quality, but it's not like easily broken.
Are you going to try and smash through the bottom of it or something?
Well, yeah. It's just to fall through to the bottom of it.
That's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, if you do enough damage to the cart, you could, but given James is using a piercing weapon, that's not the most effective weapon. You'd have to rely on, like, punching it.
Don't you have a mug for that?
I do have a mug for that.
That's true. A mug would be bludgeoning, which is the correct thing for breaking through the bottom of a cart.
About how much damage do you think it would take?
How is James engineering a carpentry or cart?
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Sorry, you don't have JMac here. He can't knowledge check this.
Well, fuck it. It's the only plan I have.
So you're going to smash through the bottom of the cart?
Yes, I am.
Okay, make an attack roll against the cart. We're mostly looking at the damage here, but...
You drop the enemy's rapier, draw your mug, and just start battering the bottom of the cart.
Yep. Do that, let's do that, let's do that. Let's do this. Well, the AC of the cart's going to be terrible, so I can just leave that on.
Yeah, the AC of the cart is not necessarily the important bit unless you nat 1.
7.
You thwack the cart. You don't seem to go straight through it. You do deal some damage, but you don't go enough to get through the cart.
Yeah, fuck.
The pride of the duel is going to decide you don't need a rapier anymore.
No, I like my rapier. I mean, I still have a rapier next to me, but...
The pride of the duel is confused as to why, instead of dealing with them, you're just now beating a cart up.
Shut up!
She thinks you may have had one too many.
No, actually.
Her companion
Had
is
one
going
too
to...
few is the problem.
Ow! Okay, that'd do it.
He is now holding your rapier.
You bitch!
Oh dear.
Please note, you're now no longer carrying a rapier on you, I believe.
Yep.
You now take penalties for not carrying any rapier.
I'm now known to have
her rapier.
Oh, I do
The
have a
one you
rapier.
dropped.
I do technically
That's true.
have.
That's true. You can immediately pick that rapier back up and not take penalties. He did drop that rapier, but he could just pick it up from next to him. So, on a free action on his turn, I'd allow that. And then he's going to go ahead and full defense. Cass is going to look at Ari, pant, kind of walk out a little bit behind her, peer around, kind of look to Ari with kind of look of, should I?
She will nod.
Alright. One thing actually to check actually there was range actually on Cass's stuff actually. What range could he actually hit them with?
Pretty sure you could hit with the ray. What's it called? Scorching ray.
Scorching ray.
Scorching ray, yeah. No.
Question.
Scorching's medium.
Would Flaming Sphere count as a source of fire for pyrotechnics?
Yes.
Well, that's something I know he has that would affect the area.
But technically, Scorching Ray is a short range spell.
Oh, really? Ugh.
Yeah, it's close.
I think most of his stuff is close range spells, which is one of the things there.
Yeah, most of the stuff is.
Pyrotechnics could blind everyone.
That would also blind me, you fool.
Yeah, well, get over yourself.
Well, I mean, the alternative is blinding and choking smoke. So, pick your poison.
Okay, how far away is Cass at this point?
45.
Okay, he's out of range of any of the close range spells by 5 feet.
Actually, no, this is 40 feet.
His range is
Yeah,
30 feet.
well, he is up.
His range is 35 though, so
Yeah.
he's 5 feet short. Is it medium range, Torin, for pyrotechnics?
Long.
It's long range.
Long range for pyrotechnics.
Hmm.
Well, that certainly makes this easy enough, because that's something like he can hit with.
Yep. If you do fireworks, it affects everything within 120 feet of the fire source. That would affect Tass and Ari as well.
Well, if Taz did that, he'd probably put on his smoked goggles, so he would basically resist it automatically.
Also, thing of note, I have to be holding that rapier for my wisdom to now apply because of it's now bound.
If Taz produced choking smoke,
I'm
it would.
I'm looking at his abilities right now. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, so because I had to load up the pyrotechnics page first. I'm dealing with enemies.
There's a reason why I like the pyrotechnics spell.
Well, Taz is going to hope this works. James will be fine, right?
God damn it!
James will be fine.
Ignore my -1 will.
Shh, you'll be fine.
Depends. The choking smoke is fortitude.
No.
Yeah, but the better benefit of it is it's 20 feet in all directions, and
Well, he's up on the roof, so it's not as much of a thing it produces then, but...
No, but it will, still probably get like these two, maybe.
However, it turns out... Remember how I mentioned it was getting dark before?
Mm-hmm.
That means there are lanterns out on the street as well. That's technically a thing. There is more than one source of fire here. There's just a very obvious source of fire. There happens to be lanterns on the street corners, for example. Notably, this street corner. Which means I need a ball or something. Because,
Smoke everywhere.
Smoke screen! James?
Mm-hmm.
So, suddenly, a stream of black smoke billows out from the fire in a choking black cloud in 20 feet.
Well, that's 6 fortitude saves necessary.
All sight, including dark vision, is negated. Only fire sense can bypass this. All creatures inside take a -4 penalty on strength and dexterity unless they succeed at fortitude save.
I'm good.
That's good. Wow.
It's only one possible failure, it looks like.
But they're probably fighters, so...
That's why I said one possible failure.
Well... Huh.
Still, though, it's darkness, and so they can't really see each other.
And the roof sniper is ineffective.
The roof sniper is ineffective, that is true.
Well, the sniper now has new targets.
That's true, but he's ineffective against them. But that puts one failure. This one up here, Duelist 5, is currently choking on the smoke. Well, everyone else is now blind, basically. Which, downside, they can't defend against attacks. Bright side, they can't see the enemy they're attacking. As James hears a very familiar voice.
I am not regretting teaching Taz that spell.
It was very thematically made sense to him. So, well, actually going to disengage from combat. And there's no attack opportunity available here because no one can see anyone.
Mm-hmm.
This one here. You know, surely I can stab James. He's on the ground. Surely.
Watch them confirm a critical and then miss on the concealment.
Or just miss completely.
Or that.
James is admittedly flat-footed technically because he can't see his attacker.
But they're also blind themselves. They cannot see their attack. The attackee.
It works both ways. It means they're both taking penalties, sir. He takes penalty with his AC, but on the other hand, they're taking penalties. They have the 50% chance of missing in the first place.
Thank God for swordplay style, and it's a shield bonus.
What is your flat-footed AC out of curiosity? What does that just hit in the smoke? 20?
20.
This guy is going to move out of the fire square immediately.
No fire for him, apparently.
Because, no, not doing that.
I'm honestly surprised he isn't failing the checks to stay on the roof.
Hey, guess what? I can still follow him.
It can survive him, it's true, it can dive between the roof, just launch off.
Oh, Lord.
However, he rushes over to here, is going to point his crossbow down. He's going to launch it. He's going to fire it down.
Wait, he has a crossbow?
Yeah.
That's no.
Did he reload?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's currently loaded. That would be a strike against Tass. Yep, that beats his 18 AC.
Well,
Admittedly, not bad. Admittedly, not bad for a squishy wizard, 18 AC. Downside, he didn't get to aim as a full round action. Damn it. His full round
he's
attack.
that.
His full round attack is ridiculous. Unfortunately, instead, we're just talking about that for damage.
Which is still reasonable for against Tass.
That's still like a quarter of his health.
It's true. That is like it's just under 1/3 his hit points. Yeah.
Don't worry, Ari's gonna get angry next turn.
Oh, by the way, which one has my sword?
I'll mark which one has your sword for you.
Okay. I kind of need that back.
With the red dot of enemy. This one was going to disengage from combat.
Okay. This thing hurt Tass. Ari's not happy. So first of all, this is gonna, because it can, 30 feet.
You see Tass's arm. The mage arm has been shattered. The crossbow bolt sitting in his arm.
It hits a person, and hypothetically hits for 8. You have to do a reflex save, see if you negate. And aside from that, you're gonna get magic missiled.
He negates. And is then struck in the face by magic missiles.
Aha! Bang! Damn it!
Which then proceeds to knock him unconscious and he falls off the roof and then dies of full damage from falling off the roof.
Good. Fuck that guy.
Because that knocked him unconscious, he falls off the roof, he automatically takes max full damage. Plat.
So, I mean, Mortis is behind Tass. But
Sure.
Mortis on Tass.
Mortis can,
Mortis is on aid, but Mortis tried his hardest, alright?
he tried to aid. James, there's freaking smoke everywhere.
For fuck's sake.
On the other hand, you just hear a guy die and magic missiles fly through the air. The cavalry is here.
As you said, free action, I pick up the sword. Move action, I stand up, not provoking.
No one can see you.
Do I risk the concealment? Yes, I do.
Or, you know, run.
Disarm.
Actually, yes! As part of a movement action, I'm forfeiting my standard action, can I make insulting gestures to my enemies?
They can't see you.
They can hear me.
Yeah,
And I'm trying to
gestures.
read
Those
somewhere.
aren't gestures.
Unless you have an ability stating otherwise attempting to provoke your enemy as a standard action.
Hmm.
Technically, you still have a standard
You
action,
still
actually.
have, yeah.
Yes, but I want to get myself into a different position.
Well, you stood up, meaning you technically 5 foot off the cart, technically. You've seen technically 5 foot step, but that's all the amount of movement you're able to do if you want to do provoking gestures.
Plus,
Damn
you're
it.
blind, so moving more than half your speed will require an acrobatics.
That's
Alright,
not
then
a problem for them.
I'm just going to try to get my sword back.
Okay.
So counter disarm.
Turn that off. Bring this down by 1 because I don't have my sword. I don't need this because I'm in smoke.
Remember, you're not using a master weapon, so
Yep. I did bring that down by 1. And oh, I have to bring it down by another because I don't have my sword. I will disarm you. Aha! And now I need to do concealment.
50% chance. You're wanting to score under 50 to hit. 50 or under. Give it a roll when you're ready, James.
Oh, by the
50
way,
under.
I dropped my mug as a free action, so I have a free hand to grab the disarmed weapon.
50 or under, though, to hit.
No!
Well, you would have grabbed it, except it turns out you realized you were chasing the after image of her in the smoke.
Damn it. I'm no longer prone, though, which isn't the important part.
Mm-hmm.
No one will remove the boot.
I'm doing that.
She's going to continue choking on that smoke for 5 rounds.
Yay.
Could last 1d4 plus 1 rounds after you end the effect of the smoke, being leaving the smoke or otherwise. This duelist, you know, is going to frankly, they're going to frankly choose to disengage.
No! No, get back here, you fuck!
You bet you can't.
You can't see them, you can't take a damage opportunity.
Yeah, which one?
Nope, we don't have a choice. We have to follow that.
James is not going to be happy.
Well, you did steal one of their rapiers, and I do have Masterwork Transformation.
It's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's really not the same.
By the way,
What's up?
using the actually no, I'll go over this when I get to my turn. Continue.
Tass, seeing no one coughing on smoke, is going to choose not to target them necessarily. Because he really wants to protect James. Really wants to protect James. Gonna move down here. Try to the door too. You choose not to make a save, don't you? Do you? Right. Right. If you say so. Right. It's always amusing when enemies do not realize how powerful Tass's fire is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. They're unconscious, or dead.
They are KO'd. They're also disarmed with their sword, counteractively. You can't really be armed with a sword if you're unconscious. Though James will try to argue otherwise. This character will also disengage
Sorry,
from
can
combat.
confirm.
The Roof Sniper is dead. Pirate of the Duel 1. Hearing the cries of... hearing a cry made out by her fleeing comrades, will also choose to leave. Ari. You drop bombs on fire on them.
Ari's just really not happy at these people.
Well, it turns out they failed their save. 10 damage.
Oh, good lord!
Ari's really not happy at these people.
Well, that person is unconscious. Also, they're
Probably on fire.
also since they're now an unintended object, they're on fire.
Sorry.
Note to self: do not piss off Ari.
I mean, basically, don't piss off either of the pyromancies. I mean, both. Don't piss off either of the pyromancies. You'll be fine.
She is a sorcerer. Sorcerers are kind of hard to... kind of mean to deal with, especially if you don't know they're there.
Uh-huh. I mean, it was a surprise sorcerer. They weren't planning for a sorcerer to appear.
Right,
Let alone two.
Let alone 2 sorcerers.
right,
Go after your sword.
right. Knowing can Muse scream on the empathic link as he's pulled away? Because technically, I am linked to that sword for 24 hours. I'd look this up.
What was the name of your steel? Was it
Steel Bound Fighter.
Steel Fighter? Okay, 1 second. I will double check what the ruling is on that. Because that's a very fair question you're asking.
think it remains on the sword for 24 hours because I can't reattune to a different rapier for 24 hours.
The time must be kind.
It's at the very bottom for the 24-hour bit.
Mhm. No. Your weapon cannot empathically communicate with you at this current time.
Hmm. Yes, that's what the plan is.
Charge through the smoke and you're never seen from again.
So James just wants to try and sprint after and hope you
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to end combat here then.
As soon as everyone's dead, dying, or fleeing.
Or cowering. One of the above.
As he's leaving, he will shout, "Ari, deal with the kid."
Well,
That Ari can take that in many different ways, but she'll assume James doesn't want the kid to die.
You know James's character.
Yes.
well, James.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, why don't you make me a survival or perception check?
Amazingly, survival is actually the better one.
I'm never here for whenever we need to track anyone.
18! Yes!
Hey, just saying, James, you would have also been useful with the carpentry check.
Yeah.
Ari will loot the bodies here. I will say that eventually.
I mean,
As
once
a
they
thing
stop
off the
smouldering.
That
Well,
can go
James
somewhere else.
rushes the best he can after, but there is one significant disadvantage James runs across. They know the city better than you do.
Yeah.
Have James ever been to the city before?
Yes!
He has?
Yes!
How long ago was it, out of curiosity?
Very long ago.
Okay, not that helpful.
Mm.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, unless you want me to make a knowledge local check to see, I don't know, if I remember bits.
I do want you to make me an intelligence check.
Just a flat intelligence?
You can make wisdom if you'd rather, but I don't think that's what you want.
No. 18!
James, after rushing for a while, realizes, wait, I just go in circles. Wait, they've had... Oh crap, I hit a false trail.
Fuck!
They had their escape route already planned out, it seems, in the event you'd follow them.
Quick, Ari, question the kid. He might know where they were going.
Yeah, no, Ari is going to interrogate the kid.
Meanwhile, you know, we've got a pile of smouldering corpses now. Congratulations. Ari, you may add loot to your character sheet if you want. Just
What loot do I get?
untyped loot worth a grand total of 300 gold.
Okay.
Also, we'll remove OMG fire from the battlefield.
Yeah, that can go away.
Yeah, Ari can head around the corner and basically find ducking down, basically ducking down behind like a barrel in the corner there is the same kid, just kind of hiding.
She will call out to him. Clearly, she's on guard. Clearly, because she has no idea what the kid's capable of. Even though, I mean, she saw that the kid seemed kind of bad at combat, but she has no idea how good the acting of that was. So you know,
He was just pretending to hold the rapier the dagger the wrong way. He's actually really good.
yeah, you never know.
Well, turns out he's actually just a level 20 wizard. He has immortality. He achieved that when he was like young, and then got the immortality thing. Now he's just stuck as a kid forever.
Great.
Or he could be a child oracle.
However, as you kind of go around there, he doesn't really seem to want to come out, and it seems kind of a bit in panic right now.
Yeah, she expected that.
Intimidate him.
How? I mean, is Ari trying to like calm him down, or?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. My Intimidate has a plus 13. My Diplomacy has a plus 5.
It's up to you what approach you want to take. You could try to basically scare the kid into listening to you. That's a thing you could do.
But bearing in mind, Ari's boyfriend was just attacked by multiple things, and the
Yeah,
kid lured him into that.
Alright, you know what? Ari would try to be diplomatic, but she would not sound at all the way she's going. She just sounds completely pissed off. All her words come out wrong. She basically feels her own self, and then fails furthermore in her Intimidate.
Well, that is a success in your Intimidate, actually.
Oh, okay. This poor child, I'm sorry.
It turns out the kid is indifferent to you. He doesn't like you, he doesn't hate you. But he's still a kid.
That's true.
As kind of curled up, kind of looking at you as you and your horns, which to him now look like devil horns. What do you want? They didn't give me a choice.
I'm not blaming you. She sounds pretty harsh while saying this, mind you. So you kid honestly can't tell if she is or not. But regardless, they took something very important to him. Do you know which way they plan on going afterwards?
Kind of looks really worried. She kind of asked that.
Ari will say they will protect the kid if he needs it. And by all means, the kid frankly should fully believe her after her easily killing 2 of them. I mean, kid's kind of... If he went at any point over there, he would see a dead body and some person on fire. Or at least he would have heard them screaming.
He's fully aware of what happened. He heard it all. He heard every bit of that battle.
Then yeah, he has no reason to not disbelieve her.
That battle was rather loud. You know, neither you or Tass are quiet when it comes to your destruction.
Oh dear.
Well, James would not be back at this point, but Ari will receive Ari, like as she's like, you know, got the kid carrying her, will have Tass kind of quietly whisper to her that that if Taz is thinking right, the kid's more scared of the people that attacked James than he is than of you right now. It's kind of the problem.
Okay, yeah.
More scared about what they'll do than what you'll do.
Ari will say that if the kid requires protection, she would be willing to keep him on the ship for now. She doesn't think anyone would disagree with that. And if they do, she'd probably just, you know, do what she does best and yell at them.
Doesn't seem the most cooperative of you. He seems too scared of you to really want to come with you. I mean, you can force him to, but he seems a bit too scared to want to come with you. After some time, admittedly, James will be able to show up while this is basically going nowhere.
Yeah, James is probably going to need help because Ari did yell at the kid. She tried. She really tried, but she was too pissed off to really properly try and be diplomatic.
The kid is terrified from multiple directions as you approach.
Kid, I give you an option.
He just
1, you can help me with the heroics, or 2, I can leave you here. And honestly, I think you'd rather help me with my heroics, because frankly, you owe me a sword.
Want to make a diplomacy check? Alright. So on one hand, Ari just scared him half to death.
Ignore her, she's bad with words.
On the yes, Ari bad with words. Yes.
And now
That's
here
what
comes...
He's good at them sometimes. He's bluffing. Not so much diplomacy.
Yeah, but now here comes his big hero, who he really liked the stories of. And surely he'll protect him from the pirates and the big moon demon lady.
Yeah, like it's on the other hand, he does actually have some minor respect for James. And quite a guilty look on his face.
Choice is yours. I'm not going to force you to do anything.
I'm sorry, I can't help you. No. No. They'll do really bad things if I help you. No, can't do it.
They may do really bad things to you, but you don't need to come along. We offer you protection, and frankly, they won't be able to harm you once I get my sword back. I know who these fucks are, and honestly, this was pathetic.
I mean, they got your sword, right?
They got my sword, but look at me. They didn't do anything to me.
Tass is going to just remain quiet back there with the crossbow in his arm.
If I confront them again on even ground, they won't be able to touch me.
Kind of comes out from the barrels. He's going to push himself behind a little bit. Looking really guilty right now.
Look, Caden, he doesn't care what your actions done before. It only matters about your intentions. If you change your intentions right now, he forgives you entirely. Make sure you're on the right side of this coin.
Nods a little bit. Alright, I'll promise you'll stop them.
Promise I will.
Alright.
Alright then, being running it.
Yeah, he will agree to come with you if that's what you want.
No, I don't really want him to come with me. I want him to tell me
But
where they got in contact with him.
We need him to come with us, though. Otherwise, he probably doesn't feel safe.
Well, he will go through and explain the situation to you. And in brief, it's pretty much the following. A case of... He was more or less kind of minding his own business at a old shrine to Caden that is on the far side of the town. And they kind of confronted him, and they kind of threatened his family if they didn't help. They didn't help. But also threatening him as well. But and originally he didn't really want to help them. I mean, you know, why would he want to help them out? You're a good person, right? But it turns out though that in the end, their kind of persistence and kind of trying to force it on him, he eventually kind of, you know, was scared enough to help them just to get them to stop.
Alright then.
Yeah. You also informed me, like, he was told not to tell anyone because otherwise they're going to, like, come back for him again. He doesn't really want that.
Right. Okay. There's a ship down in the docks. He'll give a description of it. Tell your family to go down there. I have a plan.
Well, my family's not actually here at the moment now. They're
well.
They actually just settled themselves on a boat. So.
Alright, well then head out to the ship. There you'll be perfectly fine and safe. There's plenty of ways, you know, for us to protect you there. I need to go do something.
Oh, right.
You don't want to grab anyone else?
I do. I'm going to. I'll take you back to the ship.
Let's say we shouldn't just have a kid show up and say, I was sent here by James.
I mean, you'd probably send him back with Tass or something then.
Yeah.
By the way, James picks up all the rapiers that were left behind. I think there was 3.
No, 2 rapiers. No, there was 3. There's 3 rapiers left behind.
Yep. James picks them up, puts them in his belt, and he's going to start a collection.
Are they just high quality rapiers, or are they masterwork rapiers?
Just regular rapiers.
Yep.
Oh.
Taz can point out all the imperfections in them. All of them.
Put that in his belt, and he'll go back to the ship. Everybody, we got a problem.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, keep easy. He arrives back at the ship.
Are you going to explain anything
Celia-
that happened?
Celia sort of
Yes.
looks between Ari, James, and the little kid and basically goes, so you got really annoyed at us for messing up the magic and decided to go out into the town and adopt a kid between yourselves? Really?
No! Celia, go fuck yourself. Anyways, here's the situation. They have my sword. Not only that, they attacked me very, very blatantly. And frankly, they threatened this kid. We're going to offer him protection. He'll be gone as soon as we're done with the situation. Not asking you guys to keep him aboard this ship.
Let them have the sword? Is it really worth that much trouble?
Yes! He's pretty angry.
Devlin just kind of walks out and goes, "Okay, who's hurt? Come here."
No one's hurt.
Oh,
Except for
except
Tass.
Tass has got a bolt in his arm. Beside the
Let's
point.
help Tass.
It's actually kind of hard to tell Tass was injured without you guys saying it, because, like, wearing red and then get them bleeding doesn't really do a whole lot.
Ari will kind of gently push Tass towards Devlin and say, go with him, please.
And with Tass's lack of strength, but he just tumbles forward. But partially also because he wants to get healed, but
Alright, so what I'm hearing is that someone out there decided to attack me crew in broad daylight, steal his sword, and run off.
Not only that, they
What?
used the worst way of actually attacking someone.
technically in broad twilight.
Broad twilight. Not only that, they used the worst way of actually getting something from someone, aka they used this kid to lure me into an alleyway, then jump me.
I don't care about the method.
Why? Why did they pick you of all people?
I beat up their captain a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't care about their method.
Fair enough.
But I don't stand for a disrespect to my crew like that.
Exactly, this is why I have a plan.
Do you now?
Yeah. The shrine decayed down by the east side of town. That's where they found this kid, and they threatened him into working with them. Frankly, I'm going to call in. They seem to know me and know what my order did back then. And frankly, they seem to follow the same quota. I'm going to call in their honor. I'm going to make them face me. Face us. And frankly, spread slander about them unless they do come to face us.
I mean, if you know where they are, do you know where they live?
I don't know where they live. I haven't been to this town in years.
So you're planning on pulling us all into one giant duel for your sword?
Yes. Unless I'm not forcing you to do that. I'm asking you nicely if you would help me with this.
Oh, am I the only one who sees this as kind of, ludicrously over the top?
Ludicrously over the top it may be, but that sometimes is required. Because frankly, if you call someone's honor into play and you're living in a town like this, no one's going to take you seriously anymore.
Oh,
This is why I hate these kind of towns.
Or in this town, you can't go to someone to solve your problems for you. You're gonna have to take back what's yours.
Right, Kev goes up closer to the kid. You know where they live?
The boy kind of awkwardly nods a little bit, rubbing his arm slightly.
Could just have him there. I mean, do we really care that much about them?
We could just take them out there, but I ain't going to just, walk in and jump them. No.
Yeah,
Alright, that's
problem
over
is
to do.
if we take them there, we're fighting on their turf when they already have the advantage of knowing the city.
Exactly. This is why I wanted to do this at the altar.
Yeah, if
Then
you
we're on
make
even
them-
ground.
If you make them come to us, then, it's more even. And, if reputation is so big as James says in this city, then they can't afford to not come to us.
I have an idea.
Devlin?
Some of us are good at performing.
Yeah.
I'm good at
Yes.
writing songs.
Are you gonna make him into a laughing stock?
Yes.
Good on you, boy.
Yeah, I could work with this. We should talk, Devlin.
You know, Celia, I've always wanted to see one of your performances.
Just sort of
Ari, I
grins
think
a
you're gonna
little.
be pretty good at this too.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm gonna do my own thing, spread false information, do the standard slander and bars and shit like that. Garvin, I'm pretty sure you can help me with that. Arbuck?
Alright, I can, but first I need to do something.
Alright, that's fine. Arbuck? I know none of this is really your game. Spreading rumors and stuff like that, it's not really you. However, I do know one thing. I want you to make the shrine our ground, not theirs. I don't want this to be completely even, I want it to be in our favor. I know you could do something there, maybe set up traps or something like that. I don't know.
I risk guards
Could-
wait for him to go over a place.
Could
Sure.
I mean, I've seen things with like guard posts and stuff, or where they had these sort of wooden barricades they could move around, so people with crossbows or spells could shoot from behind them without being at risk from enemy crossbows.
I mean, wanted also kind of Taz looks over. If Arbuck wanted to help me, I could set up some traps.
Sure.
That sounds good to me.
You know, Taz, I have pyrotechnics prepared.
Because it's a valid point that Taz can do any craft check, though he often sometimes needs help because a lot of things will exceed his strength score. But,
Reed, what are you good at? He says, shouting across the ship.
Well, Reed is primarily good as like an archer, a scout, that kind of stuff.
Perfect.
He's good at being hidden, is one of the better things, so. Not get noticed.
Before you start doing any
we
kind
could
of stuff.
have him hide and be ready to spring the traps.
Hide ready to spring the traps, but honestly, what I would like is him to be hidden, and if any spellcasters show up, shoot him in the head as they cast.
Reed could probably accept that,
Thank you, Reed.
if Arbuck is okay with it.
And he's his own person too.
Yes, but,
And frankly,
I mean-
this isn't your fight, Reed, so I'm not expecting you to join in.
that's kind of the thing of, does Arbuck want him to?
Only if he thinks he can do it safely.
He'll be okay. He can snipe from a distance.
Okay, good. Then yes.
He took
Let this
lessons from
drag everyone
Sideline
into
and how to shoot across the fucking everything.
Hey Taz, when you're setting up your traps, did you make sure that no matter where, people are fighting, we have access to a source of fire nearby? Lanterns, torches, anything will work.
I mean, I would kind of do that anyway.
Fire's
Excellent.
kind of his thing.
He is the model pyrotechnic. Chances are some of those pits might be flaming pits, for all you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people just dig a normal pit. No, he's going to dig a normal pit, fill it with oil, and have it auto-ignite when someone falls in. I mean, come on. He is the lineage of a red dragon. There's only one way this is going.
Yep.
Ace, I haven't yet been hearing what you're planning on this. What do you think you can do?
I mean, I could. Do you just want to sneak around the city at all? I'm good at that.
One thing I actually could ask. Hey kid, you mind showing Ace where that hideout is? If you could scout out what sort of thing we're going to be dealing with, that would be great.
So it looks up. Yeah, I could do that.
Thanks. Looks great. We have a plan now.
The boy is quite timid. He's not. Interestingly, like if you talk about physical age, Taz is technically younger than him. But he's Taz certainly has a lot more confidence. Admittedly, he also technically also probably has 20 years on the kid.
Great. Thank you all for helping me with this. It means a lot. All right. We all know what our plans are. Best get to work on that.
Be back in a minute.
Garvin, what are you going to go do?
I gotta go pray.
I also usually sort of put down a gangplank because
Yeah.
That's nice.
makes sense. You're doctor in the city. You've got a gangplank.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And a large gangplank as well, because it's one meant for cargo in this case.
Yeah.
Suppose I should probably go share a few words with Caden.
Get that.
Yeah, shrines to Caden are a little bit more difficult to find, though you have been told of one now.
Mm-hmm.
Shrine to Besmar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the whole place counts as one. Then there's the lighthouse. That
There are,
big old thing.
there are a bunch of places that count as shrines to Besmar around the city.
Mm-hmm. A fair few taverns probably do.
A fair few taverns do. There are also some locations that are slightly more. I mean, there's one of the few places you'll find a dedicated house of worship to Bismarck.
Yeah, which I'm going to.
Admittedly, half of it is sunk under water, but that's kind of on purpose. The Pirate City is certainly a well. Besides that temple, happens to be what used to be an old Imperial watchtower. That once got attacked by a sea monster. You can see why it became holy ground.
Wonderful. Bet the place has been hallowed by the high priest there.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good, and it's a hallow against chaos because hallow against the law because of course it would be.
Of course, yeah.
Appropriate thing for this one.
Right. James, before you run off, can you tell me essentially anything you can about these people? Because Celia's idea is for this play to basically be like a comedy and make them look like jesters, basically, like they're fools and incompetent for everything they do, to rile them up a bit, call them out, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Try just ruin their reputation with it. And these performances go over better if I know who I'm making look the fool.
Garvin, could you do bestow insight with local?
With local, I don't have local trained.
Okay, then I'll just probably. Should I just take 10? Take 10 for 20. That'd be pretty good.
Well, there's that, and James, you will be shifted one step towards more familiar with the location for the purpose of this check. Because, you kind of
Literally just fought them.
Well, that and this.
Mm-hmm.
Aid of someone who actually does know about them.
So yeah, then just take 10 and 20. There you go.
Yeah, between the two of them, you can give quite an accurate account of various things. James even find out some things he didn't know about them entirely.
Good. So they will be frantically writing.
The people in question who would question one of the people known is in fact a Besmaran is a Besmaran he self-declared Storm King.
Right, I can use that.
Apparently some powerful devotee to Besmara who is very good at electrical magic.
Well then.
They also happen to be known to have a ice mage who he's dating. Other than that, they've got a combination of duelists, snipers, also mercenaries. Also, a bit of more hidden information about them is also revealed, especially one rumor which might catch Celia a bit of a grin.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a rather obscure piece of information that, neither the kid nor James had the information of until they kind of put the pieces together and realized, wait, that was him? Because, the two of them together actually remember that if you probably go to one of the nearby taverns, you can probably easily find a story when this guy used to use his old name, which he got rid of, when he tried pirating for the first time and was an absolute washout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
It's pretty hot information to bring up. Technically, with James's normal level of familiarity, it's DC 30 to bring up. But turns out, lower the familiarity and then get a bonus from the kid aiding. Hey, it's enough. So yeah, that's information for you, which I thought could be useful. And that though sounds like the group is going to well, by the time James gets back, it's very late in the evening. It's going to be very hard to do anything at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. I can spend an evening coming up with a plan for this performance anyway. Devlin can spend the evening coming up with a song.
Cass is actually going to be in the archive upstairs drawing.
I'm gonna need to find some other street performers.
Could Arbit go scope out the temple place?
Well, you could go there with him. Go there with James because he's going there right now.
Yeah, you could.
Sure.
Easy enough.
I have to get an idea of how to trap stuff.
The location when you get there is simple enough. It is a small hill you have to go up to get to it. Not too big. And at the top is this large open area, kind of fenced off with a bit of a rope fence around it. You can just go past the gate. At the top of it, there is this huge, actual huge size category, statue of Caden Kayleen. His mortal visage. Standing there. Of course, standing there, rapier imposed into the ground, a flower in his mouth. A rose, to be precise. He looks rather dashing, as much as a statue could look dashing. There's a bunch of small offerings to it, to him at the little shrine in front, and there are a few buildings to the side. The one on the left seems to be the one on the left seems to be a brewery. That's fitting.
How convenient.
The one on the right-hand side happens to be basically like an outdoor bar / cafe. Seems to be closed right now because you're like in the middle of the night you're arriving. You also notice the area is also coated with some graffiti. There's Mara graffiti. And one of the words used strikes James in particular. Because I'm going to PM you exactly why one of the names that you see in the graffiti strikes you in particular.
Okay.
Well, I pressed them too early, but there you go.
Ooh.
That's one of the things graffitied around.
Why, do you know why it would be?
You don't know why. No.
Where is it, Germs?
An old name I didn't expect to see here. It's the name of the sword I once wielded.
Oh.
Well, Muse was sending you here for a reason.
Yeah, I suppose. Right. I got something to do.
I'm gonna be up here.
Yep. You start up, I got a bit of work to do. At this point, James will pull out a very strong bottle of alcohol. Something like Everclear. After his name, of course. And he'll basically start taking the more inappropriate graffiti off with washing it with the very, very strong alcohol.
Okay. So you're going to try to cleaning up the shrine a bit.
Yep.
It's not something James is great at, but he's going to give it a shot at least. So
Yeah, and besides, I'm using booze. I think it's only appropriate.
that is certainly true.
And of course, while all the while muttering a little bit of a song prayer that is often said in Caden bars for reverence to his ever so passionate and kind figure, as well as how good he damn looks. Yeah, good on you, Caden. Stuff like that. He's not saying it very loud. And he's also saying it in Aquan, so.
Okay, I have good perception. I also speak Aquan.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're good.
You taught me.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So the night passes.
So more or less, Garvin, do you just
Mhm.
what did you go do?
I'm going to the that Temple of Basmara and sort of praying for guidance on this and her blessing on dealing with these due to the disrespect they have shown to me and my crew, as well as aid on the since they normally, since I know James is a follower of Caden, and generally whenever people of Basmara attack followers of Caden, it's through duels, not through ambushes. So I'm wondering if Basmara is gonna give her blessing on us ambushing them in return.
Well, you don't sense any sense to ambush, though. Despite the other person being another strongly devoted of Besmara, you don't receive any kind of strong force saying no. Kind of just a acceptance of that she's going to allow this. She has no problem with this. Ambushing another group of pirates, yeah, fair game.
Good. Okay. I thought we were probably going to get something like this, and that's really what Garvin's happy with.
You have her silent approval. She won't do anything, but you have her silent approval.
Perfect.
You know, she just recently gave you a sea monster to help out. Stop asking for a bit.
It wasn't a sea monster, it was just the waves.
Yeah, before that it was a sea monster.
That's fine, but alright then. Then Garvin has no problem with this. Now it's a personal thing, not a Besmaran thing. Slight against my crew, and so I'm going to do everything in my power to rectify that, and use it to spread my name as I do so.
This time it's personal. Oh.
Basically, yeah. He is the captain, and the captain takes care of his crew.
Mm-hmm.
A slight against his crew is a slight against him.
I'm just saying.
They didn't even have the... He would honestly be less angry if they just killed James. Because then they were at least being smart with what they were doing.
Admittedly, the cavalry arriving made that harder.
Yeah, still, there was... From what James tells me, there was 5 of them and a sniper. James should have been dead.
They were incompetent.
James was admittedly dodging the sniper.
I mean, fair, but still.
If that sniper got... but just out of curiosity, you guys want to see how much damage the sniper dealt?
Yeah, sure. Probably a decent amount with deadly aim and all that.
In before it's like 2 damage.
That would just be hilarious and also probably impossible. Although he could roll a 2 on the dice. Nope. That's that's a lot of damage.
Hell.
Yeah.
It was a if he got to have 4-round action to shoot instead of stand action to shoot, that's the outcome.
At least that's
Yeah.
significantly above average for his damage, but still, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm still standing.
It's still far more than the 1d8 plus 1 that Task got.
Oh yeah, since both James and Tass are damaged, I'm probably gonna just channel.
I healed Taz already.
I didn't see how much you healed him by.
8.
Okay, he's at full health.
Okay.
And honestly, I could probably just treat deadly wounds on James, because you did not take much damage.
No.
But he's not proportional to his full health.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take 10 on heal and, treat deadly wounds.
How much is that?
Your hit dice in HP.
I'm down 2. Oh no.
Yeah, you'll heal that up over the night.
Knock my healer's kit down. There we go. Those charges are expended. So then, now I guess we engage with the plan.
Well,
Actually, Dark, there's one more thing before that.
I mean, because right now it just hits the next day. It's the next main thing here, so
Yeah, there's one more thing I actually want to bring up.
sure. What do you want? Is this before the next morning?
Yeah,
when you
before.
temple? Okay.
Before since they James and the kid and Tass and everyone learned about the Storm. What was his name? Storm King.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed Storm King, yes.
He's supposedly tied to Besmara. Right. So can I make a lore Besmara check to see if I've heard of him
You can.
in the realms of Besmara and her followers and
You
such?
can. Normally, this is something I would not allow. It's a lore check.
Yay!
You know some very strange things.
20.
Well, you have heard of Storm Kings before. Grandiose titles given to some rather powerful priests of the past.
Oh.
You have a slight feeling, though, that this guy might just be using the title to sound, awesome.
Okay.
You, as far as you're currently aware, there is no one who is currently befitting of a title of Storm King.
All right. Okay.
At least nobody who should be currently in the Inner Sea who should deserve the title.
All right. Now Garvin's angry. You don't take a title given by a goddess and use it willy-nilly like that. That's heresy.
Interestingly, there's also been a couple uses of Storm Queen, but
Yeah, but Garvin don't care about that. Garvin's equal opportunity with piracy. He worships a queen, for God's sake.
Yeah, like you do know there is currently a few people who do deserve the title of Storm King, but none of them are currently in the Inner Sea region. Most of them are pirating much further out.
Yeah.
Notably, both of them are in a group joint operation currently raiding Taizé.
Yeah. Now.
Basically raiding China.
Oh, wonderful. But yeah, now not only is this guy's people having slights against my crew, he's trying to use the title given by my queen and unrightfully.
Bitch, that's heresy.
It is, and it is my duty as a cleric and a divine paragon to smack him down from it.
As is your right as a zealot. It is what you are. So, this is you guys certainly seem to have found a target.
Hmm?
So it wasn't quite the dungeon you were looking for. On the other hand, pirates have loot.
Call dibs on raiding their house.
There assuming no one else hits it beforehand.
Okay,
You're in a city.
don't
You're in a
fight
city.
them, I'll raid your
Pirates,
house.
I'm just saying.
Obviously,
Yes.
no.
The group, of course, is free to rest once you get back. The night passes without too much problems. Who would be up, say, an hour after dawn?
Devlin.
Arbok.
Delia, probably.
Arbok hasn't really done much over his past days.
James. He likes to check on his brews every morning.
Okay.
Admittedly,
Well,
Arbok could probably be in bed still.
Someone who is awake an hour after dawn. Everyone who is not, go ahead and move yourself to, basically into a bed. If you would be up, then, get yourself in a great position.
Where have I gone? Oh, I'm there. I mean, it's still count if I'm awake, but I'm still lying in bed.
You can lie yourself in bed if that's where you are. If you're all
Probably.
good.
Look, we have to deal with Taz hammering all day. I'm taking every moment of silence I can get.
This point early in the morning, Taz definitely wouldn't be hammering. He tends to wait until at least breakfast is served before then.
No, Celia
nice.
would be up, but she'd be in her office preparing things.
That's fair. Well, and the kid would also be downstairs asleep, because I want to see you try to drag the kid out of bed at this early in the morning. At least get him to actually be awake.
This early? Nah, Steve's not gonna be doing that.
Well, anyone who's awake then, especially if anyone's on the top deck, they're going to hear something. We'll see something actually, which is a group of port guards move up towards your ship.
Oh, bloody hell, what now? Well,
Well, then I guess Devlin will walk up and ask what's wrong.
Hello. It seems that currently your ship is not allowed to be here, sir.
1 second.
You cannot just leave us hanging.
Someone better go.
No, my roommate. Sorry. Anyway. How isn't our ship allowed to be here?
Well,
We've paid all docking fees.
Well, I'm afraid that was before it came to light that your ship apparently does not belong to you.
How
we have
wouldn't
the deeds
our...
for it?
We do have the deeds for it, don't we?
Yes, they were in the office when we got.
Our records show the ship was clearly stolen a few months ago.
Hmm.
God damn it! I can't grab this guy's thing. Oh, assuming he's facing the right way. I can't rotate him, so assume.
Well, we have the deeds to the ship, so.
Stolen. That's what I'm hearing here.
Where'd you hear this from?
The source of the city guard's information is not important.
Yes, it is.
It is extremely important. We cannot hand over our ship without very, very solid proof that, that this ship is in fact stolen. And if you are trying to take our ship, our very livelihood for us, that could very well spell doom for us all. We will not be handing over this vessel without complete proof that we have in fact stolen it. And being that we possess the deeds for such and can in fact provide them, however, I will not be handing them to you because I believe that you are quite likely to just take them from us.
If you're not willing to hand over your vessel, you are to leave within the next 24 hours. After that, the pirates will be set to pirate you.
Well, then perhaps I should go get our captain, a rather zealous worshipper of Besmara. I'm sure the Pirate Queen would love to hear about this treachery against one of her favored.
Besmara carries no favor to anyone.
Oh, I believe otherwise. Allow me to go get our captain. If you would entertain our guests for a moment, please. Devlin's gonna go down and get Garvin.
Sup.
Come closer.
Oh, wait, wake up. They're trying to take our ship from us, claiming we've stolen it. And they don't seem to believe in the fact that you clearly have Besmara's favor.
Dark.
They threatened to sick pirates on us. I thought that you would find it entertaining.
What's up, Alec?
I'm assuming that, obviously we've seen, the guards around here. Do they have, a set uniform, or are they just, is there, an identifier for guards?
Guards around here do have identifier, which these individuals do have. they did have the sash, but there is not a whole lot. Turns out there are not a lot of guards in a pirating city. They're more kind of peacekeepers, like they're to stop all out wars of piracy.
I don't suppose there's any way I could try and discern whether or not the sashes they have are authentic.
That's not something Arbok would be good at. Given
Can
his
you sense
skills.
motive to see if they're authentic?
That would actually be versus a disguise check.
Well, there's two. Yeah, you could try a perception check to see if, like, yes. I wonder if they're maybe in disguise. That's something you could do.
Go for it, J-Mac.
You can do sense motive check as well to see if they're lying to you or trying to hide something or have other intentions.
Go for it, J-Mac.
Disguise
Okay,
and perception.
Why not both? You're
Yeah,
good at both, so yeah.
Yeah.
They're two separate things that you're checking for, and
Okay.
perception and
One is checking
motive
for,
aren't exactly
one is-
actions.
One is checking their motives and like underlying thoughts behind everything, and the other one is checking are they who they say they are.
Is checking their if they're disguised? Can I use my uncanny senses on that?
I mean, it
Are
doesn't have
they?
any-
They're also
it
human, aren't they?
doesn't have any restrictions on it. One of them is human, yes. The other one is half elf, which counts as well.
Okay, my connection to servers. Oh wait, there we go.
That will disconnect.
Perception. Oh, this is gonna suck for them.
Add your plus 10.
Yeah, I'm disconnected from the
Okay,
servers.
I rolled
Apparently. I need to
33.
refresh.
Yeah,
33.
It glitched for a moment for me, but I think it's back now.
It sent me into something of a private instance. It appears as if everyone
I
else is
see.
disconnected.
It's reconnecting. It's reconnecting. You just give it time.
I just refreshed the page and I'm back. I can see his 33.
So can I.
And my sense move. I'm gonna use inspired for this. So roll
Sure.
twice.
Go ahead.
32.
Okay. As far as you can tell, they are genuine in the fact that, yeah, they have been assigned peacekeepers by the, the pirate captain who rules this place. Arguably the pirate king. Very few would admit that because, pirates don't generally like that hierarchy.
Yeah.
They do seem generally to be peacekeepers, though Arbok gets a different thought to it, that you have a feeling they've been paid off. You have a feeling
good.
someone has bribed them in an attempt to basically harass you and cause you trouble.
All right then. Oh, Garvin's going to be coming up now.
I imagine Arbok secretly shares the information.
Yeah. He's always gonna look at Garvin and be like, "Oh, these are the gentlemen who are totally here on guard business."
Wink.
Oh, thank you for waking me up. Then to bring up this crock of me about me not owning my own ship. Now,
Well, you're welcome, sir. The guard shouts across.
so what exactly is the problem? You say we don't own our ship.
We have found looking through our records that the ship is supposed to be entitled to a different individual, and that it was stolen a time ago.
Grumble. Garvin's gonna just grumble a little bit and sort of fish through his coin pouch back there and pull out 10 platinum coins and say, Here, how about some platinum to make that record not exist anymore?
Garvin, go ahead and make me a diplomacy or bluff check, your favored in that, at a +4.
4. Okay. Diplomacy it is.
So only fear of a highest bidder win.
Can I aid?
You can aid as long as you can justify how you aid. Actually, you've already aided. Your previous argument I think qualifies.
Oh,
Okay.
so that would be 25.
25.
You kind of look between each other. Well. Look at that. There actually seems to be a mistake on these documents. You agree? Kind of looks over it. Worthless. The boy's back. We'd never hardly get so good help this day. The guy on the side who seems to be an alchemist, the guy in red, just tosses the warrant into the ocean.
Thank you, sirs. Glad to see them.
Apologies for the wake up, Captain. Enjoy your day.
No harm done. Just make sure that your clerks get things right next time.
This encounter-
the city so much.
This encounter has been cleared by money.
Devlin looks at Garv and says, "Do not ever expect me to call you captain when we leave the shackles again."
Fine. But here's a tip for all of you. Generally, Grace and Palms is probably your best way about getting out of trouble in a
It
city.
turns out people around here are not
Quickly understanding
It
that.
turns out the city's law score is pretty abysmal. As a result, guards are pretty willing to accept bribe.
I don't even
Very
have
much
persuasive
hate for this
bribery yet.
city.
I'm very glad I didn't have to throw the guy in the red coat off my ship.
Nah, if you had done that, you would have brought the peacemakers down on us. Not a good idea.
The big problem with throwing the big guy with the red coat off the ship is the problem that's given it out to probably set the ship on fire on the way down.
Not even the other pirate rulers of the other islands would try something like that. Honestly,
They're fully recognizable because they are technically speaking with pseudo authority of the ruler of the quasi ruler of Port Peril. He kind of more rules because no one wants to oppose him.
Since I'm up, might as well go with my obediences. Pulls out a fishing pole.
Yeah, you are otherwise not interrupted in the immediate morning. Everyone's free to do as they need to. The guard problem's been dealt with. They're not going to harass you now.
Mm-hmm.
At least not until someone gives them an even bigger bribe.
Yeah, but 10 platinum's pretty good.
It's a pretty good bribe to slow people down.
Yeah. Alright, now for...
Yeah. I mean, hearing their arguments, I mean, Garvin could have just flat out with his knowledge base known that they're speaking bollocks. You know, they were clearly on an attempt to harass you. That was pretty clear to Garvin's kind of knowledge there. Sending a legion of pirates? Yeah, good joke. Good joke. It's intimidating, but it's not actually going to work.
Devil was honestly expecting, between Garvin, Ari, and everyone, that we would have gone the out-intimidate the guards approach.
Yeah, you guys have a kind of free reign in the morning to kind of try to prepare things. What exactly is everyone's kind of intentions throughout the day then?
Spread slander!
Yeah, basically, Devlin wants to grab Ari and Celia and say, we need to, find some performers and, do some performances ourselves, get together, a troop or two to go out and spread, Celia's shiniest new comedy act.
Yeah, I don't normally do comedies, but they'll make a nice change. And I guarantee, one way or the other, they'll keep talking about this for a while. Either because it's so bad, or because
On a
it's so
scale from 1 to heresy.
I mean, you have to admit,
All the
that is literally
heresy.
Garvin right now.
Okay,
I
so
can
you're...
definitely see Garvin being a commissar, especially with the Omen trait.
That's true, he does have the Omen trait, which makes it even worse. Yeah, So you guys are going off to spread comedy, quote unquote. Well, who's actually going off to spread comedy? It's Devlin, Celia,
And
So
he wants Ari to go because of her captivating singing. And while us three are doing our performance, we can get like a comedy troupe or something to do stuff elsewhere. And Devlin's hoping he runs into an appropriate troupe to sell a copy of his latest work.
Well, James, what do you plan to do on this day?
Well, either spread slander via intimidate or diplomacy.
So you plan to spread slander, possibly like taverns and stuff, I imagine?
Yep.
Okay. What's Garvin's plan for today then?
Garvin's going to be increasing his reputation and the reputation of his crew.
Okay, we're going to
spreading out that he is indeed a chosen cleric of Besmara.
You're trying to more increase the reputation of the ship than any particular individual then.
Yes, and the fact, specifically through the fact that it's blessed by Besmara with me being the captain.
Okay. So improve reputation, and then we've got
You know,
Ace is
one thing that can help with that is Devlin can give you a copy of his latest work, which is about our adventures and exploits all together, and you could possibly use that to sell it to someone appropriate, have them perform it.
basically grandiose tales of auditory.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ace and Murder.
Well, it's a piece that requires several people to be part of it. It's not just an oratory.
Fair enough. Then we've got Ace and Murphy who are on covert ops mission.
Took Devlin 3 weeks to finish this thing.
Yeah.
Actually, technically more.
I'm telling you more. Yeah, Ace and Murphy understand are on gather information duty about the enemy. Just there. Then Arbok and Tass on prepare traps.
Yep.
Okay. You also have something else here. So, this kid you kind of rescued, you've got a few choices here. You can tell him to basically just wait on the ship. Just hide here where you're safe. That's an option. Alternatively, he knows the city decently well and could help you with your various things in most of these efforts. Though there is a slight chance of danger that they basically pick up that he's working alongside you. One of the groups could bring him along, and if so, that group get a reroll.
I'm tempted to take the reroll because you know what my rolls are like.
Because basically, if one of you fails, you can basically say, "Actually, he was helping me."
And with him being around the bigger group, it's probably safer for him.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not being subtle with this too much.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but if it's something you want, then you can assign him to any group you want.
Yeah, this will not be subtle at all. This is going to be very blatantly just slagging them off in the form of comedy.
yeah, and Garvin's kind of doing something that's separate from this, but also related.
Okay. In which case, then, the various efforts go out. First thing, Arbok, we're going to handle you first.
What's up?
I've got a few things I want you to do. First thing, how good are you at transporting the various supplies that Tass makes?
I should be decent. I could be better, but I should be decent.
Insanely good.
No. I don't have a single rank importer.
Hey.
That's more than what most people have.
You can roll it, which is better than most of the population.
Okay, let's see.
Because most people can't roll untrained.
No.
Okay. It's not amazing, but I mean,
It's still better than if you didn't have it at all.
I'm also not
Next
legal
thing.
jail.
Could Arbok roll me a craft check which he thinks could be somewhat appropriate to somehow making traps? Add a +5 due to crafter's fortune.
I think I just...
Cooking.
Okay, yeah, I'll take craft. No, my only craft I have is shipwright and carpentry. I'm going to take carpentry.
Okay.
I mean, this place is on the hill, right?
You can use trapper alternatively, but you're getting the +5 from crafter's fortune if you want Tass. So
This is on the hill, right?
Yeah.
Because what Arbok's probably going to do is just dig out little holes and fill them with sharp stakes. And this is probably how his carpentry is coming in. If it's not.
that's it. I mean, it's also might be a case you're helping Tass with something that requires carpentry.
But if it's something that I'm doing myself, right? Okay, another 10.
Okay. Other than that, Arbok, you're allowed to suggest to me a skill which you are somehow able to use to benefit your objective.
Cooking.
I'm not going to put Findingo cooking into it. Okay.
Really, you don't want to lace some of the traps with hot peppers and such to disorient and
So
greatly discomfort your enemy.
using cooking to poison, basically.
But there's just a lot of mint on this. I mean, I was going to suggest perception, because we know that we want Reed to be up in a good place to snipe, but also just good locations where I think people would try and go to where we could put the traps.
Yep, that's certainly a thing. Also, a fair point is actually you have not assigned a Reed to a group, meaning he may be assigned with Arbok if you want, and that will also grant Arbok a free reroll.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Sure.
Or
Works.
Tass.
In which case, could I reroll that porter then?
Yep, you can roll a portrait for that. I was saying he was helping you lug stuff around.
Okay.
Yeah, much better.
Perception. It could be better.
I'm just imagining Arbok's just got all this stuff on him, and Reed's just you look like you're about to hurt yourself, and Arbok goes, you're right. Let me redo this.
Only maybe.
Well, Taz is going to go ahead and engineer some contraption.
Nice.
That is a very good contraption.
I mean, he is the crafter of the ship. That's kind of his entire job, is to build stuff
And burn things.
and burn things, admittedly. Though they may be combined in this instance.
Mm-hmm.
He's also going to finagle something else into this, which Armuk doesn't fully understand, but partly does.
Magic.
I have a wee bit of spellcraft.
Better than Garvin.
I recognise that as magic happening.
Like, Taz does not have a ton of skills, but the skills he has, he's good at. So, just kind of stack everything in one set. So, okay. So the group makes a significant amount of progress towards crafting traps. Check how much progress you make. Taz got a double success, and Taz got a 5 times success.
Nice.
On the thing I will check.
Jesus Christ, Taz.
It's basically for every 15, and every 5 beyond is a point towards the counter.
Good day.
It turns out he got a 35, which is 5 points.
I've gotten 3.
And he got 20. Then he got 2 from that. Your 20 gives you 2, adds 2 points to the total pool. Your carpentry adds 2 points to the total pool, and your porter adds a point to the pool.
Oh, okay, so 5. I work with that.
Yep, which means you've gone totaled out of 12 points into traps in the first day.
Ass ton of traps.
So you got 12 points in trap making, which is a lot of trap making, actually. A project. It's a good start. Admittedly, Taz being able to engineer some mechanical monstrosity probably helped. Garvin, your objective is to make the ship increase its reputation. That's a relatively simple task compared to them trying to build a complex trap network.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me some relevant check for how you would bolster the reputation of the crew?
Actually, here's something that I'm going to pitch to you. Intimidate. Because pirates are known to be both feared and respected. Or respected and feared, rather. And so I want to sort of bring up the fear aspect of how strong our crew is.
So Garvin's going around telling everyone how fearful we are. Meanwhile, Celia's making herself look like a clown.
Yeah, and also going off that with the whole since Besmari is on our side and I am a straight cleric of her and divine paragon no less, that the pirate queen is behind our ship. I will not call myself a storm king at all. But
well, you can't gain fame necessarily that way, but you could certainly get attention to the ship in a sense with that.
No, I want favor.
It'd be more in the way of infamy of the ship than your stories.
I want something that it's going to be less like negative whenever we're on the sea.
Fair enough.
So
yeah,
just diplomacy then.
For good fame, diplomacy sounds more than you intimidate in that regard.
And boop, 29.
29 is pretty effective.
Is there any way I can get a +1 on this?
Can you guidance yourself or something?
Actually, yeah, I can. I think I have guidance prepared. I do. So
30.
Guidance. Like every minute, I'm muttering a minor prayer to myself. So that's 30 then.
Also, by the way, James, can you give me D6?
D6?
Mm-hmm.
1.
Oh.
Oh dear.
That was actually just a thing of how much did yesterday's very loud fight get out? Apparently not.
Oh, so that's good.
Basically, if it was high, a lot of attention got kind of drawn to it by people. A lot of people heard it. No, not really. Okay. Now, for Garvin, that's more or less close, and it's kind of simple enough for him though. Except one minor issue he runs across. Because as he's telling these stories, someone sits down across from him. you couldn't look more generic pirate if you tried. Who begins to debate with you the theology of Besmara's true nature.
Oh. Oh boy,
You win this philosophy battle.
Well, I do have Lord Besmara as well as knowledge religion.
Lord Besmara would be more fitting for this.
Could I aid my own check with knowledge religion?
Yes, the DC will be 15 to 8.
Well, I beat it.
Okay.
17. Ah.
Okay.
It's not the best, but it's better than 15.
He holds up some very good arguments, but you still manage to hold your own long enough that some people notice who you're talking to. Who, Garvin, you don't recognize him, but apparently he's pretty well known around here as quite the Besmaran's chosen himself.
Ah, if that's the case, Garvin's going to unwrap it and take...
That is the best name.
Oh dear. Garvin's going to take off his left glove then and show off his glowing holy symbol brand. And the fact that and invite him to check his holy aura.
Just out of curiosity, what's the ability that grants that? From what archetype?
It is Divine Brand from the Divine Paragon.
Okay, just double check.
Yeah.
Well, the man looks at it, smirks a little bit, kind of looks Garvin close. He's a rather older man now, you get a good chance to look at him. Clearly someone who's probably seen his pirating days and probably has had them go by. You know. He'd had his story, he'd had his adventures. But he does slightly tilt his hat up slightly. As you see on his forehead, wait, that's the same brand.
It's... Where'd she come to you then? Dream, or maybe I saw her in the foam.
Would you believe in the guts of a sea monster?
I wouldn't doubt it.
It was immediately trying to eat me.
All the better.
She is a very fearsome one.
Aye, fearsome and beautiful.
Okay, mark that down, because that is actually relevant that you shared your Paragon status with this man.
Nice.
Because he is a well-known Besmaran person. As you actually find out, he was offered basically the head position in the Besmaran church here at one point.
Ooh.
He turned it down, but he was offered it.
Yeah. That's about as close as you can get to true Storm King, as far as I'm concerned.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But he's kind of reached the point of he doesn't care about that anymore. He's had his time. He just wants to see how everyone else's how everyone else's pirating efforts go. And make sure the next group remember how fearsome Besmara truly is.
Yeah, and once your days are over, you'll be joining her on that ship anyway. Don't want to get yourself burned out in this mortal coil.
Indeed. Then, well, you don't know what happened with Ace. That will remain a mystery for all of you until later. Though I have actually already pre-rolled what Ace would have done. Because let's be honest, Ace is always doing damn infiltrations. That's literally his best skills is infiltration. Have you seen his 17 disguise space? Just saying.
It's quite good.
But we're talking about Team Ridicule, I suppose. Well, actually, there's two Ridicule teams technically. Let's do the tavern first. Actually, it'll be quicker. James, you're at a tavern.
I am at a tavern.
Are you drunk?
Mostly.
Good. Please tell us of your drunken valor, or the drunken dishonor of the enemy. Your choice.
All right, here, listen in. Here, your story's great. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, great. You're another guy who got eaten by a sea monster. That's the fourth story I've heard today of that. Yeah, let me tell you this one. I heard this guy. Not only did I hear this, I was part of it. That this crew of pirates went against all of the things that Besmar told them and decided to fight me on a very poor occasion. And not only did they have all of the advantage, they lost. They're an honest shame to the pirating name. And here, listen to this. They think they won. They took my sword, but nope, look at this. I got 3 of theirs. Honestly, if anything, they should come fight me. Honestly, this was a shameful act, and they need to redeem themselves. Here, I'll even put up forward the proposition. Face me tomorrow. I'll be at the Caden statue. I'm looking forward to it. If they have the guts to face me. Because frankly, these yellow belly bastards I don't believe they're gonna come show out themselves to me. I beat them once in the past. This bastard used to call himself, what was the name? Insert the pirate that, flunked himself as a pirate a long time ago. I fought this guy. He calls himself the Storm King nowadays. Honestly, what a fool. He thinks he earned that title? No, he's just calling himself that out of cowardice. Show himself that he thinks he's all high and mighty, but honestly, no. I beat his ass a few years ago. Happy doing it again.
Okay. James?
Yep.
Go ahead and make me a relevant skill check, what you think could be appropriate for this.
We'll see.
Also, I enjoyed your roleplay quite a bit.
Really good.
That was pretty good roleplay. I'm going to drop you a +5.
Hooray.
Oh, no doubt 25 to slander.
Can I aid it by selling rounds to everybody else with my brew keeping?
I'll allow you to attempt to bribe with alcohol.
Sweet. Hey,
Yeah, you lied.
You receive the maximum bonus for the bribe of alcohol of 5.
Yay!
You got an effective 34 on the final check.
Yay. Look at us doing so well on that kind of stuff.
And now it comes down to my group. This is gonna fail so hard.
Well, so
What's your group?
So the street slander group.
Oh, okay, me.
Yes, your group together. Please tell me what you do.
Okay. So, Devlin's going to, we want to find a nice, good, centered, area, heavy in traffic. Try to figure out, a good place to set up, a quick place to perform. He wants the kid to help them get, a couple of, sort of background performers and a couple of actors together because, we're going to need help with as much stupid shit as we're doing. We need, a few extra hands and people.
Well, are you willing to,
Yes, I'm willing to pay for it.
Yep.
All right. 1 second. You can certainly hire people. That is certainly something that can be done.
I'm not just hiring people. I'm hiring good people. I'm dropping 100 gold on this.
That is a lot of good people.
Yeah, that's lots and lots of good people.
That is quite a lot of good people. That is about 15 individuals you have hired.
We have to have, people in, the sword, the comical sword fighting and whatnot. We have to have people performing.
My initial plan was to, reenact the fight James had, but complete slapstick.
Yep, some people going around serving drinks to people. We've got the entire show.
That night, then we need to, buy a fish for one of their swords.
Mm-hmm.
Enough. With that 100 gold, you make a lot of props for this. All checks for this continuing check will receive a +3 bonus every check.
Nice.
Ari has a +5 to sing then, because she's gonna use her book as well.
Hold on, before you roll that.
I'm not rolling. I'm just making that noted.
You said we had a total +3 of this?
Mm-hmm. To all
Okay.
our checks.
Alright. So Steve can just take 10 on that to give me 8 on this. Devlin is actually going to want to try try to very, very quickly write up a very like comical and one-sided song to promote like James's exploits against these people. That one's like trying to go very, very quickly. And I'm going to roll my artistry song composition for this.
Evelyn?
Mhm.
You do so, however, receive an additional +2.
Cool.
As and it turns out the kid with you actually, no, do it this way. This will catch people who live here's attention better.
Right.
Basically using cultural bonuses because culture.
How's 30 do you? I'm gonna use my inner beauty on that.
So 30 for slander.
On
Nice.
my check, we still have 2 other people here,
Yeah, and I have
we
a
have not,
plus
and we have
21
not
mine.
used our reroll
I'm sorry. That's not just 30 for slander. That's 30. That's 30 for satire.
Yes,
Yay, satire.
for the satirical song.
Please, whoever wishes next to give forth their arguments.
Ari, would you care to sing the satirical song?
Oh yeah, of course. Ari will
And
gladly
trash
sing the
everyone.
song that Devlin has.
Is that including the +3
Wow.
bonus?
Yes, that's including all my bonuses.
Okay.
That is a 37 for satire.
Well, you two have just put me to shame.
And you know what?
completely.
Hey, you get to use the reroll.
Hold on. She gets aided as well.
39.
That's 39. So while those two are doing their own songs, Celia and her acting crew are basically going to be acting out everything that's being sung. Just jumping from scene to scene, quickly changing costumes or whatever as needed, and doing what they can to, like I said, make it a complete slapstick, making James look good and the people who attacked him look like complete bumbling fools, like they barely know what's going on. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
What skill would you like to use for this? Check.
Now, I'll be using my perform acting because I've not used that at all so far, and I really want to roll it.
That seemed like a relevant skill for this, actually.
Could I attempt to aid myself with bluff, seeing as I'm like over exaggerating this?
No, but I'll allow you to make both checks.
Oh, yay! In that
Honestly.
case, as a backup idea I had if bluff didn't work, seeing as I've always said Celia as like the mistress of illusions, could I attempt a spellcraft or concentrate or cast level, something like that, to try and influence some magic into this to spread illusions and such?
You can try a cast level check.
By the way, Dark,
Level check.
just so you know, Ari hits a total of 40 with her check.
I've marked it down in my notes.
Okay.
And
You have reached
I-
unprecedented levels of satire.
That is a poor cast level check, so I don't think I'll
You receive
get
a grand
anything
roll
from
plus
that.
1.
Oh, a +1. Yay. I'll do my bluff first then, and then perform after that. The 27. That's not including the +3 from bribery, so that'd
So that's
be a
30.
And where's my acting gone? There we go. And that's a 28, which is already including all the bonuses.
So the bluff is probably one you want to go with.
No, you get points for both of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
good point.
and-
Never mind then.
And remember, you do have a reroll that you can do without penalty.
Do I have
Take
to
the higher.
Do I have to take the second roll, or do I
No,
take the
let's
higher?
let's not use the reroll, because if we don't use the reroll, the kid's not in danger.
I guess
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
And it was a reasonable roll. I'm assuming I also can't bullshit that. I took my entertainer's kit with me. Did that give me any bonuses?
Yes.
Yay!
So you probably broke 30 with both.
But I specifically bought an entertainer's kit for when I do my street performances, but in the item description it doesn't state any bonuses.
No. But in this case in particular, I think it's relevant.
Yay!
Counted as masterwork tools or something like that.
Which means you've grand total accumulated then 18 satire points from that. From that.
I suppose that will do.
Or brings us 18 negative rep for them, which is pretty power potent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the performance certainly goes on. You're asked for an encore.
I will happily provide an encore.
Woo!
This is Celia's element. She loves doing this. So, not specifically comedies, but she loves performing. So
Celia,
she'll
So we all
happily
have
do
to
an
roll again?
encore.
Well, for the next bit, for the encore is going to work slightly differently. For the encore, this is more about just your personal power of charisma, of how long can you keep this train going.
So you want a charisma check?
Everyone make charisma checks.
The hype train rolling. Glad you three are the charisma casters.
Really perfectly average.
Well, remember, this is on a flat ability check, though. Flat ability checks tend to have DCs of like 10 or 15.
Is Ari still here able to roll?
I think she just left.
Yeah.
Does anyone
So,
know what her
Dark, can you roll
modifier
for?
was?
Yeah, encore. Rather effective encore.
Do you want to use the reroll now? I'm sure I can
No.
do better than a 10.
Well, I can inform you of the consequence of this. Basically, with the encore, you're going to keep rolling until you fail. It's basically how long do you keep the performance going until everyone fails, at which point the performance ends. But till then, you keep accumulating points as long as you keep succeeding.
Yay.
Oh dear.
And basically,
Shang.
it's a DC that slowly goes up because like people slowly get bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You know, there's only so many times they can watch someone get slapped by a fish.
Well, would you look at that?
Well, currently that's +3 from encore. The DC has been raised. Next round of charisma check.
Jesus.
Wow, I actually failed.
Yeah, probably. Now let's see. Ari's
So,
unless
unless reroll, Devlin is eliminated for the encore.
Do I reroll?
Up to you.
It's up
How
to you.
badly do you want to... I mean, this is only like trickling points in, so it's not going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, this is all just bonus points, so let's not use any rerolls. I'd rather keep the kids safe.
Yeah.
Because at this point, we're just getting bonus points.
Well, see you, Ari. Next round.
Ooh, that's probably a fail.
You would be both eliminated from the encore on this round.
oh well.
Well, we got an extra.
That
like,
was an
5
extra
bonus
5.
points.
You earned an extra 5 points due to your encore.
Nice.
Pretty good. Plus, there were 2 net 20s in there, so nice.
Which means that the grand total, by the way, you accumulated
23 satire
20,
points.
23 points of satire. Or, in other words, 23 points of negative reputation to them.
That's a big thing.
We trashed their reputation.
And their reputation probably wasn't the best anyway, considering the guy's calling himself a Storm King in a... If anyone knows what that is.
Of course, they're going to be making checks to resist this, but there's only so much they can resist the damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically, they're making their own check in return that will basically reduce your damage. But I can tell you, with that much damage, they're not going to reduce their damage to 0. They're going to take some hit from this because they're not going to resist that. That is a pretty impressive encore. And the kid remains unspent.
Yeah.
Only his passive bonuses got used, not his active reroll.
Ah.
He had some passive
Wonderful.
bonuses, like Devlin got some bonuses on finding something that's very cultural based. Because the kid understands the culture here perfectly. I mean, he's freaking grown up here in a pirate haven. He understands the place.
Yay.
With that, though, and your kind of performance kind of coming to an end where you see people starting to lose interest and people starting to thin out. Time's nearly up.
What time of day is it?
Well, for you it's probably about like 3 p.m. right now.
Well then, I got one more thing I want to do.
Well, something else that's also brought up a potential option is, you know, there is like this really popular bar nearby. I mean,
And I did pay for all these performers for the day, and I do have this, piece I spent 3 DC 25 artistry checks on.
Basically, what's being offered essentially is the kid knows the area pretty well. He's willing to basically like, hey, like I know like a really cool like place nearby. I'm sure I know the owner of the place. Maybe I could convince him to like let us like perform there.
One last late night show, essentially.
Because you haven't expended
So be up for that.
because you haven't expended his ability yet, so you could expend it on that instead.
That's pretty tempting.
Yeah, especially since we know that we've got a hit on them at least with their reputation. So why not bump ours up a ton?
Yep, this does not have to be to necessarily destroy their reputation. It could be to raise your own, but it could just be to attack them more. Your choice.
Well, my
Alternatively,
composition is meant to raise our reputation.
alternatively, you could spend the opportunity to just earn tons of shekels. Pour in money.
That's true.
Well, you have
Money's always tempting, but we can get that.
Nah, right now we need reputation, I think.
Exactly.
In which case, if you wish, you may certainly go in there essentially and basically use the opportunity to boost your reputation.
I'm okay with that. We can totally rework this performance to, make us look good rather than make them look bad.
In which case, every one of you needs to roll me a d6.
Just the 1d6.
There's 3d6 in total, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
4, 1, 4.
In which case, though, that does boost your reputation. So. I mean, even the 1 still boosts the reputation, just not as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's at minimum a +1.
It's basically just talking about what luck of crowd you have that night. It's an okay crowd. It works. And these people in this place, as you realize, okay, you're not entirely sure how the kid got you into this place, but this isn't like some like common little like sidebar of like the sailors or like a crew going to. No, this isn't. Basically, Grey Goblin, think of this is basically a captain's bar.
Ooh.
These are
Well
usually
done.
captains of various ships and vessels.
Oh, and they just heard my performance piece about us, didn't they?
Uh-huh.
The one I spent 75 gold in materials and 3 DC 25 checks on.
I love the idea that spending that material is just that kind of situation of he spent so much paper, it's just stacked up in this huge pile in a dustbin next to him.
Gonna need to learn the erase spell for all this so I can reuse it.
But yeah, turns out some of the captains actually listened to what you were saying. They didn't just drown out with background music. They actually listened to what you were saying, and apparently it had a bit of an effect.
Nice.
Well, that's going to be a thing.
This is gonna make them fly into a fury and fight me.
I'll mark it down. Because this is quite the potent event. Partly from all the hype you got during your previous event outside allowed that, but but with that though, you guys are all kind of there for quite a long time. Are any of your perceptions any good, by the way?
No.
No.
I never have a group use perception.
Okay. Well, in that case, then the group heads.
I have a
back to the
+5 perception.
I have a
And
+2.
do you want to roll your perception?
If you're asking me to, I'd better damn well try.
I mean, you're free to just forfeit the roll.
20.
20.
18, and let's see how Steve does, because he has a much better perception than I do at +7. Nope.
Steve.
Steve's busy enjoying, the shrimp.
Steve is in a food coma in Devlin's bag.
Still,
Yeah.
you all got 18 or up.
Lilia, Ori, roll me sense motive checks.
God, that's terrible. That's worse than my
I
perception.
just got 20.
Yeah?
10, 9. Well done, team.
Well, you suddenly noticed one thing, which is your group entering with that kid for whatever reason seemed to draw a lot more attention than you expected, but you don't know why. You're not sure why. Anyway, though, late in the evening, everyone comes back.
Yay! All right.
From
Okay, they
all-
have to go now.
Everyone comes back from all the various missions late in the evening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Bye.
to be off in a minute as well.
I think we're probably done for the day anyway. It's rest time.
More or
Yeah.
less, it's the end of the night.
Time to wrap up.
Considering what's happened, are we still keep a watch out over the night?
Good idea.
Ding!
And
No.
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 Also, Garvin is going to be spending a minute out on the deck casting a spell. I'm going to be casting Guiding Star on the ship. Tied directly to the ship.
Yes, 22 of Aradus is the new date.
Cool.
With that, though, the group has the free ability to basically you can rest up for the night and do what you need. You do have the power if you want to go to a town and ask for rumors and that kind of stuff. If that's what you want to do in your downtime, but you have basically a night of downtime to work with. Equally, can you speak to various NPCs or anything else?
Celia's going to sleep because she spent the entire day running around play fighting.
Celia is also probably mostly out of spells, but
Probably, yeah. She would have spent a lot of them during the performance.
it's fine. Same as Devlin might be out of Snapdragon. Devlin was probably out of most of the performance-based spells.
It's how Celia's always done a performance. She's always relied quite heavily on magic to provide special effects, basically.
Fair enough.
Interesting also when you get back, there is one other thing the group runs across. That as you're kind of coming back and you're kind of getting closer to the docks, the group kind of has some people notice them. Wait, was that them? Hey, that was them from earlier. Whoa. Wait, is that their ship? Huh.
Celia just whispers to Devlin, I told you they'd remember us.
The group's overall reputation in the city has increased by one step.
Yay!
You have become a known entity to the city now.
Good. Kind of.
Where people
Devlin's looking at it going, how could they not notice us?
where people might have a higher chance to actually notice you on sight, unless you're someone like Ace who's constantly in disguise. With the lovely ability of disguise is you can basically, now I'm known, now I'm not known.
Only Ace was a vigilante.
Reminds me of the Cowl of the Grey Fox in the Elder Scrolls games.
Oh, Grey Fox. Yeah, with that, the session is over unless you have something particular for me, or you want to stick around and do rumors or something like that. I have no need to be up early tomorrow because all I'm doing tomorrow is literally go in, write a 500-word report, and then go on a train.
500 words sounds bad.
Yeah,
For some
sadly,
reason,
I
it's
have to be
5,000.
up quite early to jump on a train, and then I'm going to be away until basically Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be gone for quite a while.